for them, I think there is a tomorrow. For Plattsburgh, I don't think if they lose this game, there certainly isn't a tomorrow. Their season is finished.
Oh, absolutely. You get to this stage of the game, unless you're the #1 seed, there's absolutely no chance at all of going on unless you win. Massena, on the other hand, like last year, they've got a shot at going on. And it depends, I believe, on what happened last night. Albany Academy played against Shenendehowa in the Division I championship down in Section 2. Now, I have not heard the outcome, and we hopefully will have that for you before too much longer. But if Albany won it, then the only other team in line for the at-large would be Massena. If they were to lose, then, go down from there. But if Albany Academy did lose, hey, then they might be in line for an at-large bid. But, you're not going to worry about that. You're going to worry about going out and winning this hockey game tonight if you're a Massena Red Raider.
Yes, this is not going to be an easy task for Massena tonight. This Plattsburgh club, they're a big club, as we mentioned, a good skating club, and they gained a lot of, shall we say, self-respect for themselves. The way they played, came in here last time and played against Massena. And if they get some good goaltending, if Rob Dandrew, faces up to the task at hand and they get out early, I think, like any coach, you like to jump out early, get a quick goal. And then after talking to Coach Don Pomeroy, I feel they're going to come right out after Massena, forecheck aggressively, and I'm sure Stan is has his boys prepared for that, but they'll be tough.
There's going to be a couple of keys in tonight's game as I see it, Dave. #1, goaltending. Is Bruce DeRushy going to be as good as he has been all season? If he is, Plattsburgh's going to have a problem getting one by him. Is Plattsburgh goaltender Rob Dandrew going to be effective against Massena, which leads me to my second point. Will Massena convert on their chances? The Raiders have gotten chances in every game this year and have failed to convert often. And if they can convert on their chances, then it's going to be a long night for Plattsburgh. If Plattsburgh can keep them off the scoreboard for a while anyway and get a couple, maybe get a lead, then it might be a different ball game. But I think goaltending will be the key here tonight.
Well, you get down to the short series, the sectionals, playoffs, goaltending always comes to the fore. And you mentioned Bruce DeRushy, and if he's not a candidate for the MVP in this league, I don't know who is. He's very valuable. There's some outstanding goaltenders around the league. We've down at Salmon River, St. Lawrence Central, we've seen some outstanding goaltenders, but this young man, Bruce DeRushy, has really been well, I just can't put it in words what he's meant to this Raider team right from the opening whistle.
Well, Bruce right now being introduced, getting a big hand from the crowd. And, every time the Raiders were down, it was DeRushy who raised them back up again, making some great saves. When you look back to that St. Francis game in the Ogdensburg tournament when Massena was running around a little bit and St. Francis was putting the pressure on, it was DeRushy who came up with the big saves. In the Salmon River game, it was DeRushy coming up with the big saves. In the first Potsdam game in that first period, it was DeRushy coming up with the big saves until his teammates could get their act together and go in and put some pucks in the net. And of course, when you have a good goaltender, you got to have some good defensemen in front of them. And Massena, the game at Plattsburgh, Seton Catholic hosting Potsdam, and I'm sure our guy back at the studios, Mr. Paul Durham, will keep us apprised of the situation at that game. And Paul, feel free at any time to break in and let us know what's going on there.
Jerry, the key for the Raiders tonight also will be to keep that big line of Eric Brown, Dale Trombley, and Rob Skoski off the scoreboard. They're the first unit for the Hornets, and they'll be tough to defend against. Plattsburgh is defending the goal to our right, the west end, and they're wearing their all-black uniforms tonight. Black helmet, black shirt trimmed with white, a little bit of orange on it, and black pants with white stripes, and black stockings trimmed with white and orange.
Look like the old University of New Hampshire uniforms. This is very much what they used to look like back in their heyday under Charlie Holt.
Black is it's an imposing color at the Los Angeles Raiders, and my friend Tony D'Agostino and his Boston Bruins, he said they're always impressive in black.
Well, the Plattsburgh Hornets are in black. It's Pat Tracy's line against the Eric Brown line. We're about ready. The puck is dropped. We're underway. Goes back to the Massena defense. Picked up by Schneider. Flips it ahead to Tracy. Tracy has it poke checked away from him by Mike Dubray. Now McCracken picks it up, trying to flip it ahead. Taking off his stick, Rob Skoski. He slides it into the Massena zone. Mike Adams in behind the net. Now kind of overskates it. Leaves it for Schneider, who flips it around the boards. Back to the blue line. Kept in. Here's a shot. Whistles around the boards to the left point. Here's another drive. Goes way wide around to the left point. Joel Chase's shot deflected in behind the net, and Schneider flips it into the corner and starts out for Massena. Here comes Schneider. Headman goes on Tracy's stick down into Plattsburgh territory. Racing back is Chase, and there's going to be an icing call on Massena, despite the fact that Tracy touched it. He was too far back when he did, and icing will be the call. And the faceoff will come back in the Massena zone. Couple of shots for Plattsburgh right at the onset here from point.
Three, to be in fact, Jerry. 3 shots, and little things mean a lot. The puck should have been out of the zone. The Raiders ran it from the strong side to the weak side, but the weak side wing didn't get to the board soon enough to corral the puck and get it out of the zone, and that started the tic-tac-toe with the Plattsburgh point men.
Jake Morris's line coming out from Massena. It's going to be Brian Cashman centering Sean Rasco and Mike Dahl for the Hornets. Off the faceoff, flip to the blue line, back in again. We got an intentional offsides called against the Hornets as they were nowhere near clearing the zone, and that'll move the faceoff back inside Plattsburgh territory to the left of goaltender Robbie Dandro. 14-16 left first period, just underway. No score in this evening's hockey game.
Good play by the Plattsburgh defenseman, though. He didn't want to be stripped of the puck. He'd rather take the offside than being stripped. The Raider forward was right on him.
Face-off left side, off the draw, back to the blue line, to the circle. Jake Morris back to the point, can't keep it in. Thompson, it comes back out, back in again to lay off sides. Plattsburgh controls, it's Bryce Dingman. Dingman gets it ahead, out to Sean Rasco, and he just backhands it high in the air, and DeRushy makes an easy save and leaves it for the defenseman. Now Plattsburgh trying to keep it in. Massena gets it out, back to the line, and another offsides call against Plattsburgh, and again, way inside the zone was Mike Dahl, but I think it's just a regular offside that time.
The Hornets coach Don Pomeroy had to make some adjustments out here tonight, juggle his lines up. He's got that first line intact, but his second and third unit, for example, he's got number 12 Brian Cashman playing center tonight. Normally he plays on that right side.
Off the face-off, the puck comes to their big defenseman Eric Reed, probably their best defenseman. He fires in the Massena zone. Thompson flips it around the board. Stepping in front is Rasco. Rasco has it tied up by Thompson. Thompson ahead to Bigelow. Bigelow centering past Tommy Moore. Moore lugs it out to center ice. His headman intercepted on the defense by Dingman, who flips it back in the Massena zone. Back to pick it up for the Raiders is Brian Levac. Levac starts out left side. Here's Levac looking to headman. Morris can't get it out of the zone. Back to the point. Here's a chance for the Hornets. They slide it right on, and DeRushy makes the save on a weak shot. Tommy Moore clears it out to center ice. Dubray is there, flipping it back in the Massena zone. It comes to Thompson, and we've got some line changes. Headman goes to Fauché, who's out there now with his line mates, and he flips it inside Plattsburgh territory. Whitcup is after it, trying to center it, but it's taken away by Dubray. Dubray ices the puck all the way down. Icing will be the call against Plattsburgh, and the faceoff will move. So far, Massena really not on track.
No, the opening few minutes here, it's kind of been Plattsburgh's way. They probably have 3 or 4 shots to maybe Massena's 1. Again, the Plattsburgh defenseman that time, I think it was Joel Chase. He looked left, he looked right, he looked up the middle, and everything was covered, and he was being forechecked, so he just took the icing. And again, that's a good move. Plattsburgh doesn't want to give up right off the bat. They're forechecking aggressively, Jerry, and they don't want to give up that offensive blue line. The Raiders almost sprung Jake Morris, just a little more on that pass coming out of the zone, and Jake Morris was home.
Plattsburgh makes a change, getting that Eric Brown line, and Massena counters with a Tracy line. We're going to see some matching up of lines here. Off the faceoff, back out to center ice. Labarge trying to drop it ahead. Comes to the red line, and it's poke checked into the zone by Dale Trombley. Trombley, a real good hockey player. He had the Plattsburgh goal last time around. Here comes Labarge. Headman goes to Tracy. Tracy starts out. Long pass. McCracken, he breaks it in the zone, has it taken away, back out to center ice. Labarge flips it ahead, intercepted. Here comes Trombley at the blue line across, gets a shot off, goes into the corner. DeRushy flips it. Now the rebound comes to McCracken, trying to move it up along the boards. Schneider doesn't get it out. Here's a drive, the save made, the rebound in front, and the shot is fired wide in the corner. In the Massena zone, Plattsburgh with pressure on. Labarge trying to tie it up in the corner now. He flips it ahead to Tracy. Tracy moves around to check, starts out left side. Tracy, headman pass, Murphy. Here comes Murphy, poke checked away from him. A nice defensive play. If it works, here's Trombley, gets by a check and then knocked down, and offsides will be called.
Might have a penalty here. He's going to call a penalty against Mike St. Louis. He's going to call a penalty against the Raiders for tripping. Scotty Murphy's going to go. He got the stick on the leg and upset the Plattsburgh player. Plattsburgh, as I said before, they're really aggressive offensively. They're staying up on the line, the defense, and they're exerting some pressure, but it could backfire if the Raiders can spring that long pass.
There was a play right here at the blue line where the defenseman Dubray came out and went after it, and had Massena's Murphy been able to control it, he would have been all alone. Okay, we've got a power play for Plattsburgh. Thompson with the puck loses it in the corner. Plattsburgh controls it in the Massena zone. Moving it back. Here's a shot gloved by DeRushy, and he holds on for the faceoff. That shot coming from Eric Reed, and that was chest high. DeRushy had no problem at all to field that one.
2:56 the time of that penalty, Jerry. Scotty Murphy for tripping.
Faceoff will come to the left side. We've got, let us see here, Jake Morris out there, along with Bigelow to try to kill it off the face, back to the point. Reed again the drive, and again DeRushy the save. The rebound comes high slot. They jam at it, side of the net, backhander. Where is it? Whistle blows. It's underneath DeRushy. Good chance for Plattsburgh. They almost did it as Mike Dahl with a good backhander from the left of DeRushy.
Mike Dahl is shaking his head. He had Bruce DeRushy down on his knees, and he backhanded the puck. Instead of getting it upstairs, he put it down low, and Bruce looked behind him.
Off the faceoff, Reed at the point, steps by the check, fires it, and it's deflected high into the glass. Around the puck boards, and after it there is Cashman. Moving it back to the point, controlled by Cashman again. Here's the drive, deflected into the corner by Mike Adams. Picks it up and dumps it down the ice as Massena breaks the pressure. 50 seconds remaining in the power play. Back to pick it up is Bryce Dingman. Dingman on the point, playing out there along with Reed. Dingman's going to lug it to center ice. Headman pass goes to Dahl, taken out of the play, and it's flipped by Adams back to the Plattsburgh blue line. Again, Dingman. This time he dumps it in the Massena zone to the side of the net. DeRushy leaves it for Adams. Adams control, bangs it off the boards, and down the ice it goes again. And it comes right in on Dandro, and he has to make the save. Leaving it for Mike Dubray, who's out there now. Dubray, flipped, stolen. Tracy back the other way, and he almost broke through. But the puck picked up by Brian Cashman. 15 seconds left in the penalty as Cashman gets by a check, takes in the Massena zone, his shot, but offsides is the call. DeRushy fielded it anyway, as a little bit ahead of the play on the right side was Dale Tremblay for the Hornets, and the faceoff will move outside with 11 seconds left in the power play.
We played a little over 4 minutes and this hockey game, and the Plattsburgh Hornets are showing no respect for that Massena 21-1-2 record, Jerry.
Well, if they come in and show too much respect, they might as well not even come at all. Off the faceoff, McCracken. Schneider dumps it with 5 seconds left. It hits the side of the net on a funny bounce. And Plattsburgh almost got caught there, but now the penalty is up and we're back to even Steven as the puck comes in the Massena zone. After it is Schneider in behind the net, has it taken away from him by Skoski, trying to center it, taken out of the play. Murphy, back to the point it comes. Here's a drive from the point, deflected, goes way into the corner. Now after it, Tremblay back to the point. Dubray keeps it in. Dubray trying to slide it through. McCracken knocks it down, flips to Murphy. Murphy has it jump over his stick, picks it up. Headman pass intercepted by Tremblay. Now McCracken takes from him. McCracken flips it to Murphy. Offsides, and Scotty didn't wait for the puck. He went across the blue line before the puck did. A little bit of anticipation there, and so the faceoff will move outside Plattsburgh territory.
Well, something you'd like to see your forwards do, Jerry. You don't want to wait till that puck gets passed and then break. And Scotty McCracken saw him. He just couldn't get it to him in time. He was just a half a count behind. But next time that play will work, and he'll catch him in full stride, and he'll have a step on that defenseman.
Boutsier's line out there. He wins the draw, takes it in the zone against the Fauché line. Schneider, as the puck comes right in front. Whitcup, headman pass, Davis. Davis breaks down the left wing. Eddie Davis flips on the backhand, stolen away. Back to the Massena line. Fauché comes back after it, circles. Joey Fauché, headman pass. Davis tomahawks it into the zone. In behind the net is big Eric Reed to pick it up. Reed being forechecked by Robert Whitcup, but he flips it out, and they got the man breaking, but it doesn't get to him. Now over on the other side across the blue line off sides is Zach Zuckerman out there, takes it in, but he had a couple of guys ahead of him, and the faceoff will move back out. 9.5 left, first period, still on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. It's 0-0.
Caught the Raider defenseman not knowing whether to stay up and force the puck or back in and give up the blue line. They were caught in between, and it was kind of like a slow motion play, and Plattsburgh put themselves offside.
Brian Cashman's line out there now against the Jake Morris line. Cashman with Rasko and Dahl. Morris, of course, with Bigelow and Moore. And this line has been intact all year long. Off the faceoff, Labarge with it. Headman pass to Bigelow. Bigelow flips to Morris, who streaks in on the right side. Here comes Jake, the short side shot. Nice save by goaltender Dandro. Hard check thrown there by Mike Adams. And keeping it in is Tommy Moore. We got a whistle. They're going to call a charge on Adams.
Oh, he's calling Mike Adams for a charge. Again, Denny Allen feeling that Mike Adams pinching down Mike pinched down on number 6, John Kennedy, and put him on his backside. The Hornets ran the puck strong side, weak side, and just as John Kennedy touched the puck, Mike Adams pinched down from the left point and really railed him one. And Denny Allen felt that that was a charge, and the Hornets go back on the power play.
So now we've got Pat Tracy out there along with Scott McCracken. Eric Brown centering Skoski and Tremblay. So they're going to go with a regular line this time. Dubray playing 1 point, and he flips it in the Massena zone. It comes to Thompson. He whacks at it into the corner for McCracken. McCracken trying to pass it to himself, flips it around on the other side. Schneider picks it up and lifts it to the blue line, and down the ice it goes. Good job by Brett Schneider. Stopped right in front of the net by Robbie Dandro, the Plattsburgh goaltender, leaving for Dubray. He's got McCracken forechecking, trying to get it ahead. McCracken causing a little problem there. And now they move it out to center ice. Skoski feeds Tremblay. Tremblay gets by Tracy. Here's Tremblay, slides by the Massena D, gets a shot off the rebound right in front. Durashi covers it up. And Tremblay had just been knocked off his skates enough where he couldn't get good wood on it. And Durashi made the save and covered up.
Tremblay didn't get a lot of wood on it and picked up his own rebound. Bruce has given up a few rebounds tonight. When that opposition buzzing around that net, you've got to keep those rebounds close to the pads and either direct them to the corner or make sure you get a whistle.
Morris will face it off against Brown in the Massena zone. 53 seconds left. Puck poked right on. Schneider sticks it into the corner. Skoski picking it up for Plattsburgh. Here's Skoski back to Dubray at the point. Over on the other side, they move it around the horn to Joel Chase. Chase, drive through screen, and it goes in behind. Side of the net, Skoski feeding Tremblay. Tremblay with a puck now. Back to Skoski. Skoski loses it in the corner, but he gets it back again. Tremblay steps side of the net now, moving it back. Here's Tremblay, goes into the high slot. Back to the point. Dubray winds up the shot. Kicked into the corner nicely by Thompson. Thompson whacks at it. Back to the blue line. Dubray keeps it in nicely. Flips it in the corner again. In behind. Here comes Tremblay picking it up. Moving out right side now. Tremblay back to the blue line. Stick handling at the blue line. Here comes Tremblay, the drive, and the save made by Durashi. 7 seconds left. Tremblay picks up the puck. 4 seconds. Here's Tremblay at the 45. Back to Dubray at the point. Trying to slide it through Tremblay. It comes in front. The shot. They score! Skoski on the backhand.
Number 24, Rob Skoski, with the power play just coming to a close. Jerry, I don't know if that officially is going to go as a power play goal or not, but Rob Skoski right off the right of Bruce Durashi, picking up a rebound and slid a backhander right between Durashi's legs, right along the ice. I'm not sure if it's going to be a power play goal or not. We'll see.
I think it was just after the power play had elapsed, but it was definitely a result of the power play. Off the face-off, Massena back to full strength anyway, trailing 1-0 on the post scoreboard. Here comes Levac with it. Flips it ahead into the zone. Picked up there by Cashman. Poked away right on, and the save made as Bigelow got a shot on. Dandro holds onto it.
Well, the first half of this first period, it's been all Plattsburgh, and justified that they're on the scoreboard first. Of course, they've had 2 power plays. Massena hasn't had a chance to go in that power play yet. We've got officially, here it comes now. Joey's just taking it down. Number 24, Skoski, with assists going to Dale Tremblay and Joel Chase at the 7:19 mark.
Off the face-off, puck gets away from Labarge into the Massena zone, but getting back is Levac. Poking it. It goes into the corner. Levac after it. Picks up the loose puck now. Flips it ahead for Bigelow. Jeff, headman, hits right on the stick of Morris. Jake breaks into the zone, trying to slide by the defense. He's forced wide. Centers it right in front. It goes to the side of the net. And Bigelow trying to forecheck around the boards to Rasko. Rasko's headman pass on the stick of Cashman. Cashman moves it across the red line. Flips it in the Massena zone. Goes in behind the net. Picking it up. Labarge, he loses it. Side of the net, follows it. Trying to get it out of the zone. Has it poked away, picks it up again. Headman pass to Bigelow. He's got Tommy Moore with him. Feeds it right on Moore's stick across the blue line. Bigelow following. Here's Jeffrey with it. Centering pass. Nobody there except for Eric Reed. Flips it to center ice. Whitcup is there. The backhand in the Plattsburgh zone trying to follow. He takes a whack at it. Taken off his stick by Cashman. Whitcup poke checks away. Fauché after it. But Plattsburgh dumps it down the ice. That'll be an icing call against the Hornets and move the faceoff back in the Plattsburgh zone. 6:25 left, first period. And on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, the Hornets lead the Raiders 1-0.
I know the Raiders would like to get this third unit of Joey Fauché, Eddie Davis, and Bobby Whitcup out there a little longer. They've had been out there twice, but been short-shifted because of the matchup that Coach Stan Moore is trying to accomplish, and also because of the Raiders took those 2 penalties. So he'd like to get this line out there, get a little more ice time for him.
Sherman takes the face-off against Fauché. Fauché wins it, knocks it down. Out to Thompson, his shot blocked. Comes to Whitcup. Whitcup pokes it along the blue line. Joel Chase flips it out to center ice. Hard check thrown by Adams. Mike drops it back to Fauché. Fauché over to Thompson now, and they start it out again. Ahead to Eddie Davis. Davis ridden into the boards. Puck gets away to Dubray. Dubray trying to get it back out to the blue line. He does, out to center ice. And the headman is dumped by Sherman, and it bounces off the boards right on. And the save made by DeRushy, and he's going to cover up for the face-off.
Again, that was a power play goal, Jerry. I think it just by 7:19, and he went at, well, no, that was at 46. He went 14, no.
Just had elapsed.
Just had elapsed. I was looking at 2:56 on the other. Just had elapsed. It wasn't a power play goal. 7:19, Rob Skoski from Dale Trombley and Joel Chase.
5:57 left, first period, 1-0 on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Plattsburgh leads. Off the face-off, Thompson with it, side of the net. Steps by a check and starts out. Headman pass on the stick of Tracy. Tracy ridden off the play. It comes to Adams, who flips to Thompson. Now to McCracken on the wing. He just directs it into the Plattsburgh zone. In behind the net it goes. After it, there's Joel Chase. He flips it up on the glass and into the stands. And the face-off will come in Plattsburgh territory.
It looks like the Plattsburgh team has been instructed. If you're under any type of pressure at all, don't worry about taking an icing. Don't worry about flipping the puck up into the stands because they're not hesitating. They don't want that aggressive Massena forechecking to bottle them up. So if they haven't got time to turn and look up and see what they're going to do, they're going to just hoist it out of there.
Brown will face off against Tracy. Off the draw, Murphy skates it back to the point. Here's Thompson, takes a whack at it, deflects it, and it's back to the point again. Thompson keeps it in. His shot right on the rebound, and it's covered up there by Robbie Dandro. He lost it for a second and had Murphy on him, but he manages to get the glove on it, and the face-off again will come in Plattsburgh territories. Both teams will change up now. The Cashman line will come out for the Hornets. Rasco and Dahl, the wingers, and for Massena, it'll be the Morris line out again. 5:25 left, first period, and on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, it's 1-0 for Plattsburgh. Broadcast brought to you by Verville's Flowers, 235 East Orba Street. Frenchie Chevrolet Olds, 255 East Orba Street, Massena. Off the faceoff, puck in behind, picked up there. Here comes Bigelow, skates side of that shot right on, score! Jeff Bigelow! From behind the net, he came out, nobody picked him up, and he put it right by Dandro, who didn't even flinch. And Massena has tied it here, and Jeff Bigelow comes up with a huge goal.
A classic mistake by the Hornets. They picked up everybody in front. In fact, they had one extra man, but no one picked up Jeff Bigelow, who picked up the puck behind the net. He came out on Rob Dandro's glove side, and Jeff was looking to find somebody open, and he said, hey, no one's going to pick me up. He swung around to his forehand and fired one low to the stick side, the far side, just inside the post.
So Massena ties it up. Jeff Bigelow getting the goal off the faceoff to the Massena line. Schneider flips it over, and they move it up to Bigelow on the wing, poked away. Labarge after now. Bigelow trying to come up with it. Skoski takes it away and moves it to the Massena line. Stopped there by Schneider. Schneider's going to skate it out. Steps by one. Trying to step by another, poked away. Puck comes free, and Morris picks up the loose puck at the red line. Here comes Morris into the zone, right wing side. Jake in behind the net. Circles, looks to go back to the point. Here's Schneider's drive, deflected. Ooh, that goes wide. Back to Labarge, his drive right on the save made. The rebound, Bigelow whacks at it in the corner. It gets away from him, he still goes after it. Bigelow gets tied up, kicks it away, comes to Morris. Back to Labarge at the point. His drive goes in behind the net as it was on end when he fired it. Comes to Tremblay. Moore gives him a shot in the corner. Puck comes free, picked up by Eric Reed, and he flips it out to center ice. Not going to go quite far enough for icing as Brett Schneider comes back for it. Schneider in his own end has to get by Tremblay. Trying to step by, Tremblay steals it, centers it, but it goes all the way out to center ice. Picked up by Dubray. Flips into the Massena zone as the Raiders make a change. We got an offside as Plattsburgh Skoski couldn't get out before the puck crossed the blue line. And we have 4:07 left in period number one on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. We're tied at 1.
as they've done all year. That line of Jake Morris, Jeff Bigelow, and Tommy Moore have given this club a spark. They were very flat, and they got the Raiders on the board. Jeff Bigelow at 9:44, and Jake Morris and Tommy Moore picking up assists.
Off the faceoff, puck to Mike Adams. Adams headman to McCracken. McCracken feeds it to Tracy, goes over his stick. Dubray backhands out the zone. Here comes Mike Adams with it, takes it across, and he's offside. He lost the puck right before he crossed the blue line, and that's the reason for the offside. So the faceoff will move back outside the zone. 1-1 tie here, 3:56 remaining in period number 1. Also brought to you tonight by the Vintage Parlor, 67 Main Street, Massena. Collins Brothers Sunny Service Station, East Orvis Street, Massena. By the A-Plus Mini Market, Main Street, downtown Massena. By North Country Savings Bank, 22 Phillips Street, Massena. And by Tony's Pizza, 13 Main Street, Massena. Off the faceoff, the puck controlled by Plattsburgh. They slide it into the Massena zone, and racing in after it is Mike Adams. Adams steps in behind the net, looks, trying to feed Tracy. It comes free in front, and Adams follows up, gets it out to center ice. Murphy after it, goes off his stick back to the Massena line. Tracy drop pass, back to Levac. Levac to Mike Adams. Adams ahead to McCracken. Scotty feeds Tracy. Tracy's got Murphy. He shoots it anyway and fires it in behind the net. Puck comes free to McCracken, trying to get it to Murphy, goes by him. It's picked up there by Sean Rasko. Rasko moving it long, headman pass goes all the way to the Massena zone. Levac is there for Massena to pick it up, circling in behind his own net. Stops, waits to pick up a forechecker, has it poke checked away. The puck comes all the way back to the point. Here's a drive knocked down in front, comes to Mike Adams as it went off Murphy's skate. Adams now circling with about 3 minutes left to play in the first period. He lugs it out to center ice. McCracken, they had him at the blue line, but he couldn't get it. And back to the Massena line. McCracken again. Drop pass back to Mike Adams. Adams looking for the headman. Murphy to McCracken. McCracken takes it across. Scotty with a puck now, looking for somebody to pass it to. Slides it into the slot area, but Dingman is there to flip it out to center ice. Here comes Plattsburgh back. John Kennedy. Kennedy flips it on the backhand in the Massena zone. Back to pick it up is Levac. Levac stick handles by one, by another, right in front of his own net. Gets it to Whitcup, a little bit too far. Picked up by Eric Reed at his own blue line. He's got Whitcup forechecking, dumps it back to center ice. It comes to Adams at the Massena blue line. Michael takes it in the zone. Here comes Adams in the high slot, gets a shot off, knocked down in the corner. Whitcup after it there, gets checked. The puck up into the boards and into the stands, and the faceoff will come inside Plattsburgh territory. 2:15 left in the first period, and on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, we're tied at 1.
The Raiders have a set play when the defense is not being forechecked. They have ample time, and we talked about that Plattsburgh defense staying up on the line offensively. Massena swings the forward in behind them, and the defenseman makes that pass from the goal line, behind the goal line, all the way down to the other blue line, the offensive blue line, and it's going to click one of these times, Jerry. They're going to get in behind that defenseman.
Okay, we've got Brown's line back out now, so that means the Morris line comes out to counter from Massena. Face-off right side. In the Plattsburgh zone. Back to the point. On the fly, the shot just wide by Schneider. Now Tim Thompson can't keep it in. Picked up there by Dale Tremblay. Tremblay down the line, poked away and back out to center ice. Bigelow takes a whack at it. Comes to Dubray. Feeds it to the Massena line. Poked away there by Schneider. Now Jake Morris with it. Morris stick handles back into his own end. Running into some traffic. Loses it. Tremblay. His pass to the blue line. Here's the drive high over the net. Puck comes into the corner now. After Thompson waves at it. Puck back behind him. Timmy picks it up from Massena. Headman pass to Bigelow. Doesn't get it out of the zone. Comes back to Thompson. Whacks at it. Puck bouncing around Bigelow. Out to center ice. And it comes back to Dubray. Feeds it into the zone. Delay off sides. And did they clear the zone? Apparently they did, as the puck comes to Schneider. Flips it around for Bigelow. Bigelow dropping it back in the corner. Gets it taken away. It comes to Schneider, feeding Tommy Moore. Moore looks to break it out. Looks for Morris. Can't find him. Dump back in the zone again. Another delay offsides. Plattsburgh clears the zone. Schneider picks it up. Flips it around the boards to Bigelow. He loses it. Thompson. Bounce pass to himself. He's going to try to knock it out to center ice. And we're going to have a controlling with a high stick on Plattsburgh. Now, that was Joel Chase who knocked it down with a high stick. That'll force the face-off outside, and it's just as well for Massena. They were running around a little bit in their own end.
Excellent job of forechecking by the Hornets. They were right in deep on Massena. He's forechecking. Don Pomeroy is forechecking 2 men deep, and they're causing the Raiders all kinds of problems right now.
1-1 tie here, 1:05 remaining in the first period, as we've got Tracy's line out against the Cashman line. Off the face-off, puck to McCracken. McCracken trying to pass to himself, intercepted by Reed. McCracken trying to follow, knocked down, And now back the other way. Here comes Cashman. Oh, nice move. Takes it across the Massena line. Murphy rides him off the play. Now the long head man to McCracken. Scotty picks up the puck right wing, trying to slide it through to Tracy. Pat's got it all by himself. The shot. Score! No, it went wide, and McCracken tries to center it. And it's centered again right across the goal mouth by Murphy. I thought that was in the net. As a nice drive by Pat Tracy, but a nice save made by goaltender Dandro. And Plattsburgh flips it down the ice. That'll be an icing call against the Hornets. And again, Plattsburgh making that mistake at the blue line. It almost cost them right there.
And Pat Tracy unleashed a wicked shot, but Rob Dandro held his ground. In fact, the Plattsburgh players are all coming back and tapping him on the pad, saying, "Nice going, Robbie. Keep us in there." I'll tell you, I've seen Massena do something tonight that I haven't seen them do much all year long. They're stick checking out there. Last time Joel Chase danced through 3 Raiders, they all waved their sticks at him. Normally, that doesn't happen to a Massena club. They're out there, they're playing the man, but
supposed to check with your feet, right? Oh, there we go again.
And
as
with
the puck comes out to center ice. Here comes Tremblay. Adams trying to take him off the puck, and he forces him into the corner. That time, he checked with a body and broke up the play. Now Massena breaks it back the other way. 13 seconds. Here comes Scotty McCracken. Flips it. Dandro makes a glove save. Loses it in front. But it's controlled by the Hornets. Back to the blue line. Mike Adams with it. Poke checked away from him. 4 seconds. Here's a drive from center ice. Goes high over the net as the buzzer sounds. And we haven't gotten any closer to deciding anything as we end the first period with a score tied at 1-1.
A very entertaining first period, Jerry. First 7.5 minutes belonged to the Hornets. They were all over Massena, and then the Raiders got a break. Got that tying goal, that big line of Morris, Bigelow, and Moore got the equalizer, and as always happens, you need something to spark you. There's nothing like, if you're a hockey team, nothing like a goal to tie up the game, and the Raiders got some life. But I know their coaching staff is not too pleased. The Hornets were the team that were taking the play to Massena, and I would have to give them a territorial edge in that first period.
Oh, there's no question about that. They had the edge. They played the better first period. Massena caught a break to get a goal and tie it up, and it did bring some new life, but again, they're not, like you said, they're waving their stick at the puck, and they're not checking the way Massena can, not taking the man, and you can't afford to do that. This Plattsburgh club is a good team.
They are a good club. I wasn't impressed with them when we traveled up to Plattsburgh early in the year. They came out and had that first period. They looked like a decent club, and then they folded their tents and went home for the night the last 2 periods. But when they came down to Massena, they put on a good display of hockey, and they gave the Raiders all they could handle, and they're taking up where they left off tonight. And they're shorthanded. They're without 2 of their big boys, and of course the
season. They found out they can't do that.
No, and a lot of times you can be told, I'm sure the coaching staff remind them that before the game, and all week long in practice, look out for the Hornets. They're going to be tough. In fact, they have got nothing to lose. Massena's expected to win this game. Number 1 seed, the Hornets, the 4th seed in Division 1. Massena with a 21-1-2 record. Plattsburgh, nothing shabby themselves, a 13-7-5, but the odds-on favored. So I'm sure that a little more pressure in that aspect with the Raiders. And if they were taking Plattsburgh light before the game, which if they did, it was subconsciously. I don't think they did it consciously. They certainly know that they've got their hands full and they're in for a hockey game tonight.
Oh, I guess so. Plattsburgh really came out strong, played well in that first period. Well, I'm sure there was a lot of things said between periods. Stan Moore, the Massena coach, veteran coach, 31 years behind the Massena bench. I'm sure he knows how to counter it. Now, the question is, will the Massena players do what they're supposed to do to counter the Plattsburgh attack? Pomeroy, on the other hand, the Plattsburgh coach, got to be happy. His kids looked real good in that first period.
Yes, they did.
He's going to be saying, keep it up, keep the pressure on, and make them make the mistakes.
Well, he left here the last time, even though he was on the short end of a 3-1 score. He was pleased. He felt that his kids had played really well that night.
Off the faceoff, puck comes into the Plattsburgh zone. McCracken races for it. Goaltender Dandro flips it in the corner. Scotty picks it up. Looks to dump it around the boards. It comes in behind the net. After it, Pat Tracy at the 45. Tracy now in his skates, looks to center, goes to McCracken behind. Scott Murphy. Murphy shot knocked down. Puck goes into the corner. McCracken goes back to the point, goes by Schneider, and Adams is going to have to race to catch up with it. He does. Here's Mike Adams. In behind, Tremblay takes it away, looks to center, goes off a leg. Murphy breaks the other way. 3-on-2, feeds McCracken. Is it too far for him? It is. It's going to be icing, and that was about inches away from being McCracken on the goalie, but he couldn't catch up with the pass on the backhand by Murphy.
And again, the Plattsburgh defense getting caught up in the offensive flow of things down here, pinching down. Strong side defenseman was almost down to the top of the circle, and the Raiders broke out on a 3-on-1. And if Scotty Murphy's pass just a tad shorter, Scotty McCracken was home free on that left side.
Jake Morris out there against Cashman. Face-off, as we mentioned, in the Massena zone on the icing. Comes to Timmy Thompson. Thompson flips it around the boards. Tommy Moore doesn't get it out. Kept in at the point. They try to center it, knocked down in front by Thompson. Takes a whack at it, gets it back, controls it out to center ice to Bigelow. Here's Bigelow feeding Jake Morris. Morris breezes by the defenseman, breaks in, gets knocked down. There's a penalty shot. Moore, he bangs at it, but the goaltender Dandro had it covered up. And Jake Morris, just turning on the Jets, went right by the defenseman. And there's going to be a penalty on Plattsburgh. Massena will go on their first power play of the hockey game as Eric Reed picks up the call for hooking, and Massena now starting to take advantage of the way Plattsburgh defensemen are playing.
That patented Jake Morris burst of speed. He lulls you into complacency as a defenseman. You think he's going top speed, and all of a sudden he shifts, and boom, he's by you like a blue dart. And he went by Eric Reed like he was standing still, and Reed, doing the smart thing, turned and put the hook to him and brought Jake down. As it was, Jeff Bigelow busted in there hard and almost poked the rebound by Rob Dandrew.
Okay, Massena on the power play. Morris out there with Fauché and Bigelow. Bigelow picks the puck up off the faceoff, circles it right in front, and it goes wide as Morris too well tied up. Thompson's drive knocked down off a leg in the corner. Dubray whacks at it, doesn't get it out. Here's Thompson over to Adams. Adams winds, his shot wide. The rebound goes into the corner. Morris after it there. Jake with a puck now. Back to the point. Thompson. Thompson's drive deflected right on. Dandro makes the save. Puck into the corner now. Adams pinches in after it. He's ridden off the play, and the puck comes free in behind. Now Morris in there trying to check, picks it up. Morris flips it back to the point. Thompson again. Keeps it in to the 45 to Bigelow. Here's Bigelow with it. In the corner now. Bounce pass to himself in behind the net. Bigelow looking in the corner, still stick handling it. Goes back to Adams. Adams flips it to Thompson out to center ice. And Massena will have to get onside. Now here's the check thrown by Thompson. He almost lost the puck, but he controls it. Takes it across off sides as Morris couldn't get out of the zone in time. And we'll have a face-off outside. Massena moving the puck well, but that last pass kind of came outside the zone.
Controlled the puck well inside the offensive zone. Moved it around really well. Had a couple of good shots in there. Plattsburgh playing I wouldn't say an aggressive box, but they're trying to shut off, take away the Massena point.
Again, that's where Massena's been strong on the power play. Off the faceoff, Schneider pinches in to Tracy now. Back to Schneider in the corner. Schneider's headman pass right in front, and it's backhanded down the ice by Dale Tremblay, taking the pressure off. About 20 seconds left in the power play. Pat Tracy picking up the loose puck. He lugs it. Here comes Tracy. Tracy's headman bouncing by, comes right back to him. Now Schneider follows, dumps it in the zone. Around the horn it goes. In the corner. After it is Tracy. Tracy trying to kick at it, has it taken away, and Plattsburgh clears it down the ice again. And we're down to 1 second. That'll take care of the power play as Schneider picks up the puck, slides it by Tremblay, and Jason Labarge starts it out. Here's Labarge, headman pass right on the stick of McCracken, bounces over, back to the Massena blue line. Schneider, bounce ahead to Murphy, goes by him into the zone. Back there to pick it up is Eric Reed for Plattsburgh. Bounce pass to center ice. Tremblay at his blue line. Feeds it ahead for Cashman across the line. Taken out of the play. Puck comes free. They control it into the corner. It's Eric Brown. Brown ridden. Back to the point. Tracy gets a stick on it. Flips it around behind for Labarge. And Jason breaks it out on the left side. Headman pass goes by Tracy. Dumped right back to the Massena line. Back in the zone. It's going to go right on Durashi. And he leaves it for Schneider. Brett starts out. Long headman pass. They almost got the guy at the blue line, and Jake Morris. Bigelow follows, takes it across, but Morris didn't get out of the zone. And the faceoff will come outside. 11:43 left, second period. On the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, we're tied at 1.
There's no question the coaching staff can, from down on the bench, see what we've seen up here at our advantage spot. Way up here, it's a lot easier to see. They've seen that Plattsburgh defense pinching up, and staying up there, and they're trying to hit that. Massena's trying to hit that long pass, get that wing in behind him, and I think it'll click before the night's over.
Off the faceoff, puck goes back into Plattsburgh zone. Bigelow races in, feeds it behind. Moore to Morris, can't get it to him. Back to Moore in the corner. Tommy with it now, gets a shot knocked down in the slot controlled by the Hornets out to center ice. They just going to backhand it in the Massena zone. Comes right on to Rushy. He leaves it, and Levac comes up with it. Levac on the winger to Tommy Moore. Moore trying to headman it. Goes by everybody. They wave the icing off, and here comes Bigelow racing in the corner after it with Dingman. Bigelow throws a check, comes away with a puck. Trying to center it right in front. It's intercepted, and back comes Eric Reed. Plattsburgh breaks it the other way. They're just going to dump it again. Comes in behind the net. Levac after it, can't come up with it, but he throws the check anyway. Puck comes free right in front, and it's controlled but not out of there. Almost a bad pass by the Raiders. Now the Hornets control it, dump it into the corner. Timmy Thompson after it. Thompson flips it around the winger for Tommy Moore. Here's Morris. Headman doesn't get it out again. Another bad pass by Massena, but Morris picks up the puck. Feeds Bigelow. He's got a clear breakaway. Here comes Bigelow. Breaking it on goalie shot. Score! And Dandro had no idea where it was, and he backed right into the net, and Massena goes ahead 2-1. Jeff Bigelow again on a nice feed.
And the feed, if you look, Jerry, if you recap that one, take a look on the monitor, you'll see when Jeff Bigelow picked that puck up at center ice, there wasn't a Plattsburgh defenseman near him. He had a breakaway from his defensive side of center ice. And there's we're talking about, we've been mentioning how that Plattsburgh defense are getting caught up in the play, and that's the Raiders took advantage of it. Jeff Bigelow snuck down from the right side. The Raiders found him right up the middle. He walked in from center ice and put it right between Rob Dandro's legs, right in the number 5 hole.
Okay, we've got the Boutsier line out against the Fauché line. Here comes Eddie Davis, has it poked away. Whitcup follows up, pokes it into the corner, sprawling. Puck goes in. Dubray has it checked away. Puck bouncing around. Whitcup gets a stick on it, but it's controlled to the blue line, and Plattsburgh gets it out of there. Dahl flips it ahead. Adam steals. Over to Eddie Davis. Davis leaves it. Jason Labarge waits. Now he's going to take it himself and flip it in the zone from the red line. Dubray knocks it down. Backhander back to the blue line. And here comes Plattsburgh breaking it. They're just going to dump from center. The save made by DeRushy on the shot from outside. And picking it up is Jason Labarge. Labarge in a little traffic, throws it away. Puck goes to the side of the net, bounces to the blue line, and it's picked up there and out to center ice. Eddie Davis trying to flip it ahead for Whitcup, and Whitcup didn't see it, and a delay offsides call as it goes into the corner. Flipped around the boards, Mike Adams. Adams shot deflected, just wide by Fauché. Puck in the corner, Davis picking it up. Davis kicks it in behind the net. Back to pick it up is Joel Chase on the defense. Chase starts it out, doesn't get it out of the zone. Davis stops momentarily, but following is Dubray. Here comes Dubray into the Massena zone. Looking, he's got some guys going, but he flips it around the boards. Back to the point. They trying to get that mismatch out there as they've got Tremblay. Jason Labarge flips it away from Tremblay, starts it out. Here comes Labarge running down the ice. Labarge backhander into the zone. Picked up there by the defense. They're going to get a guy free. Massena gets caught on a line change, and they break it through the zone, and it comes right in on DeRushy. He flips it into the corner. They try to center it. Labarge is there to pick up the loose puck. Here's Labarge now, starting out from left to right. Headmans it. Now he lifts it high in the air, and it's out to center ice, and there's going to be a penalty, and there's going to be an interference, I believe, on Bobby Whitcup. And Massena picks up another penalty.
Denny Allen is whistling Bobby Whitcup to the box, a minute and a half. Jason Labarge, yeoman's work out there taking charge defensively for Massena. It's really, the last couple of shifts has really come on. They had a strong shift out there just a second ago. Prior to that penalty, Jerry, Bobby Whitcup was 15 feet in behind that Plattsburgh defense. We talk about them getting caught up, and they're not as mobile as the Massena defense.
Okay, Plattsburgh on the power play now. And on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, the Raiders lead it 2-1. We're in the second period now. Breaking out of there, here comes Eric Reed. Pat Tracy along with McCracken out there. Reed takes it in the corner. Massena zone, centering pass, bounces off a leg back to the point. Here comes McCracken. He's going to break down the left wing. He's got Tracy trying to slide it through to Tracy, knocked away. McCracken follows it. Here's McCracken dropping to the point. Thompson flips it, knocked down, and it's out to center ice. Here comes Reed trying to feed it ahead. They try to break Tremblay. Tremblay slides it right across the goal mouth, goes into the corner. Skoski after it, taken out of the plate. Thompson whacks at it, doesn't get it out. Kept in by Dubray. At the point, he winds his drive, and it goes in behind the net. After it, Mike Adams on the backhand from Tremblay, steals it, looks for it, finds the hole, gets it out to center ice. Dumped back in by Plattsburgh. That is going to be an intentional offsides and move the faceoff back into Massena territory.
Jerry, officially on that last goal from Massena, the second goal, his second of the night and 13th of the year, Jeff Bigelow at the 4:26 mark. And Mr. Smooth getting the assist, Jake Morris picking up his second point of the night. Bigelow from Morris at the 4:26 mark. And the last penalty at the 6:11 mark was for interference to Bobby Whitcup.
Now we've got Jake Morris and Bigelow out there. Off the face-off, bouncing puck. Massena still killing as Morris steals, feeds Bigelow, high slot. His shot deflected into the wall, and will face it off again with 28 seconds left in the Plattsburgh power play.
Number 2, Joel Chase, just got a stick down, deflect that one, that shot by Jeff Bigelow up over the glass behind Rob Dandro.
Again, Jake Morris very talented with that stick as he can make that puck talk at times. He gets the puck again, feeds Bigelow. Bigelow can't bust through this time, and it's taken by Paul Sherman. Flips it in the Massena zone. No, they're going to wave the icing off. And Mike Adams picks up the puck on over skates, loses it, side of the net, bounces into the slot. Bigelow poked away from him, can't get it out of the zone. Here comes Plattsburgh, sliding it right across the goal mouth. Comes to Bigelow again. Pokes it, doesn't get it out again. 3 seconds left. Controlled in the corner by the Hornets. They slide it in behind the net, trying to center it. Here's a sharp angle shot, goes in behind, picked up by Adams. Now Thompson. Thompson has it taken away. They jam in behind the net. Timmy comes back up with it, gets it free in the corner and starts it out. Here's Thompson, headman pass out to center ice. Whitka picks it up, breaks by, and he's got Morris looking to slide it to him, gets knocked down. Morris picks up the loose puck. Here's Jake with it, over to Bigelow in the corner, back to the point. Here's Mike Adams flipping it right on, deflected, saved by Dandro. He covers it up, and he had no idea where that was until the last second again.
Jason Labarge drifted one from the right point, and Jake Morris was standing in front and deflected that, and gave that one gave Rob Dandro fits.
6:48 left, period number 2, and on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, it's 2-1 Massena. Pat Tracy's line comes out for the Raiders. Tracy with Murphy and McCracken. And it's going to be the Brown line for Plattsburgh. Brown, Skoski, and Dale Tremblay. Face off left side, Plattsburgh territory.
Number 11's got to get some body work in there to get things stirred up and get into the game, I think, Jerry.
Mr. McCracken, you are referring to?
Mr. McCracken.
Off the face-off, Jason Labarge has to retreat at his own blue line, trying to feed ahead to Tracy. McCracken comes in to help out, throws a check. It comes to Labarge. Over to Murphy. Murphy whacks at it, and into the zone it goes. McCracken racing in the corner. Has it poked away, comes to Murphy. Here's Scotty Murphy with it. Oh, nice pass to McCracken. He flips it in behind the net as Murphy gets tied up. Tracy flips to Murphy. Tracy gets knocked down. Here's Murphy trying to center. It goes by. Tracy gets a stick on it, but it can't control, and back out it comes. Eric Brown trying to feed it ahead to Tremblay. Tremblay slides it in the Massena zone. In behind the net, Jason Labarge. He steps by. Skoski takes it away. Labarge takes it back again. Has it poked away, and Tracy's there. Here comes Tracy out of the zone. Tracy's headman. Murphy can't catch up with it. Poked back into the zone again. Here's Levac with it. Levac circles in his own end. Starts back the other way. Here's Brian Levac with it. Out to center ice, across the red line. Takes it across the blue line. Flips it in the corner. Murphy goes in after it, but Dingman is there to pick it up and flip it around the boards. It comes to Tremblay. Tremblay doesn't get it out. Levac flips it back in the corner again. In behind the net. Here comes Fauché after it. Fauché feeds Murphy. Murphy in the corner. Nobody picks him up. Murphy gets it in front. The shot. He fires it across the goal mouth. And it's Tremblay flipping it around the boards again. Skoski tries to clear. Fauché keeps it in. Flips it in the corner again. Goes in behind the net. Fauché gets railed. Now throwing a check is Eddie Davis. And the puck comes free, but back out to center ice. Here's Levac. Waits. Slides it right on, and the save made by Robbie Dandro. Now the Davis line out there as Massena trying to get some pressure on. Still in the zone. Fauché with it. Flips it in behind the net. Tremblay's been out there for about a year and a half, and he stays out there. And they try to feed it down the ice. It's going to be an icing call against Plattsburgh. Trying to get Tremblay free, and they didn't.
That unit of Fauché, Davis, and Bobby Whitcup stirring things up out there, playing some body, and this is what the Raiders have to do. They look a little flat at times, and they're out there playing the body, and they're giving Plattsburgh a little some fits.
This period, Massena has played a little better.
Yes.
After a very flat first period, they at least played a little bit better. Back to the point. Here comes Plattsburgh breaking out of there. Mike Dahl has it flipped away. Comes to the Massena blue line. Schneider, headman to Fauché. Fauché, has it taken away. Whitcup throws a check. Bouncing puck. Adams whacks at it. Puck at the red line. They play for it. Whitcup trying to flip it ahead for Fauché. Back to center ice. Davis. And we're going to have an offside. Oh! They called that before Massena had a chance to clear the zone.
Denny Allen felt that Joey Fauché said you were 1 1/4 inches offside. Joey said, I beg to differ. I wasn't.
Well, why wasn't it a delay call?
Yeah,
just out of curiosity. Puck comes to the Massena. Oh, Adams just threw a dynamite check there. Fauché picks up the puck, flips it to Davis cross ice. Davis looking for Whitcup, intercepted. Back comes Plattsburgh the other way. Boutsier makes a good move across the blue line. Here's the shot. The save made, the rebound. Poked back into the corner. Back to the point it comes. Here's Chase's shot. Deflected wide by Adams. Mike chases it down. Getting it, doesn't get it out. Kept in at the point. Here's a backhander in the slot. Knocked down by Schneider. Schneider loses it. Throws a check. Puck comes free. Schneider again. Flipping it around for Whitcup. Whitcup controls it. Long left wing pass for Eddie Davis. Here comes Davis into the zone. Has it taken away by Dubray. Dubray back the other way. Stops at his own blue line, trying to flip it ahead. Knocked down into the zone. It comes to Mike Adams. Here's Adams. Back out to center ice. Joey Fauché. Fauché slides it into the corner as Massena makes a line change. That Fauché line out there for a long time that time. Now it's the Jake Morris line as the puck poke checked into the Massena zone. Comes in the corner. Jason Labarge picks it up for the Raiders. Here's Labarge. Headman pass to center ice. Stopped there by Eric Reed. Bounces it up into his own bench. And we'll have a face-off at center ice. We're down to 3:19 left here in period number 1. Or period number 2, I should say. And on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, Massena leads it 2-1.
Jerry, you know, there's a time to stay and a time to go, and there's also a fine line in there for the defenseman that you're not sure of. But Plattsburgh certainly, they don't believe in a time to go. The Massena forward has the puck and is 15 feet away from him. They're still staying on the line. I question that strategy.
Off the face-off, puck comes in the Massena zone. Labarge throws a check, puck underneath. The Plattsburgh player trying to move it along, and it's still in behind the net, still moving along the boards. And where is it? It's still tied up. Well, it's not quite tied up. They jam at it, and the puck's still moving along. It finally comes free to Massena, and Bigelow picks it up. Headman of Morris goes it right back to Bigelow. Bigelow loses it. The official knocked it down, and the puck comes free. Timmy Thompson flips it into the Plattsburgh zone. Reed with it. Bouncing it, doesn't get it out. Here's Thompson, sharp angle drive. Nice kick save by Robbie Dandreau. Puck along the boards, out to center ice. And they're just going to dump it into the Massena zone. In behind the net, Durashi stops it, leaves it for Levac. Flips around the boards to Bigelow. Bigelow starts it ahead, doesn't get it out of there. Goes into the corner. Now Levac again lugs it on the side, looking to move it ahead. And flips it down to Bigelow, goes by him into the zone, stays with it, throws a check. Puck comes to Tommy Moore. Moore steps by a check into the corner. Here's Moore with it, feeding Bigelow, goes back to the point. Schneider's drive deflected, just side of the net, and the defenseman made a good play. Now Morris picks it up, flips it to Tommy Moore in behind the net. Moore skates it into the corner, goes back to the point. Levac, his shot deflected, right on again, and the save made. Back to the point, and it's Schneider with it. He has to wait. Massena delay offsides. They change lines anyway. As the puck comes in the Plattsburgh zone, they're going to try to break it out of there. And it comes to the Massena blue line. Levac is there as Plattsburgh makes the change. Headman pass knocked down. Here comes Tremblay, whistling back the other way. He takes it in the zone. The drive goes way wide. Back to the blue line, not out of there. It comes free to Levac. He circles back again. Here's Levac, flipping it on the blue line, out to center ice. Picked up there by Joel Chase. Chase, his pass intercepted by Tracy. Pat with it, backhands it to Murphy on the wing, flips by him into the zone of Plattsburgh. Dubray picking it up there with about a minute left in the period. It comes to McCracken, backhand pass Murphy. Murphy trying to feed Tracy, it's behind him. Picked up there by Brown, breaking back the other way. Brown trying to get by Labarge, he does, or I should say the shot right on the save made. Durashi covers up. I started to say Schneider, and they did get a good shot off, but Durashi made the save.
Quick shot, I think it was Brian Cashman, a quick pop shot by the Hornets, and Bruce Durashi had to come up with a big save. That unit of Jake Morris, Jeff Bigelow, and Tommy Moore, they've got to, when they play that Pier 6 brawl type aggressiveness that really makes them good, when they go in and forecheck and really punish the opposition defense, That's the type of game they have to play. In the last 2 shifts out here, that's the way they've been playing, and they picked this Raider club up. I know they really punish the opposition. They're just so big and strong, and they do a nice job. That Tommy Moore must have elbows 3 feet wide.
Okay, we've got Cashman against Morris. Puck goes in the corner. Labarge flips it. Bigelow backhands it to center ice, dump right back in. Labarge kind of gets by him, goes back in on DeRushy, and he leaves it for Jason Labarge. Here's Labarge again. Flips it high in the air, and that's going to be icing, I believe. No, it's going to, yeah, it is. No, they wave it off at the last minute. It looked like they were going to call it. They wave it off. It comes back to the blue line, down the ice again, this time the other way, into the Massena zone. Labarge throws a check, trying to come up with a puck. He can't. It's flipped along the boards. Tommy Moore, he can't get it out of there. Comes into the slot. Adams flips ahead. He doesn't get it out. Comes to the blue line. Dubray flips it right on, and DeRushy sticks it into the corner. Now Adams with it. Bounce pass. Doesn't get it out. Here's Dubray. Poke check by Morris. He's going to have a clear breakaway. It happened, Dave, and the buzzer sounds, and the period ends. But that has happened several times, and we're down to the end of the second period, and the Massena Red Raiders lead Plattsburgh on a score of 2-1.
Looks like Tommy Moore is going off in a little bit of pain. It looks like a problem with his leg. I didn't see what happened. We'll check with maybe Joey Roger. Maybe we can pick it up to see what happened. The Raiders can't afford to lose him.
No.
You know, with as I say, that line is so effective. They've got they get this club rolling, and they play that when they play that rock'em, sock'em, pure 6 brawl type of hockey with those 2 big wings and that smooth Jake Morris in the center. They give the opposition fits, and they've been picking this club up, this Raider club up by the bootstraps.
Which means there probably are a few over 600 here tonight.
Right. I was watching Tommy Moore, and he's really stepping gingerly on that leg. He wasn't putting a lot of pressure on him. If he does come back, I'd be surprised if he can be 100% effective. Because he knows only one style, and that's all out. That's how he plays this game, and he's walking up behind the Raider bench right now. But he looks in some difficulty.
Pat Tracy's line against the Eric Brown line. Off the face, it comes to Schneider. Headman goes to McCracken. Scotty breaks it in left side, trying to flip it through. Knocked away by Brown. Poke check by Murphy. They jam at it, and Tremblay picks it up. Circles in behind his own net. Now starts out right side. Here's Tremblay trying to go by Tracy. He does. Flips it in the Massena zone. Knocks Murphy down on the way through. Stopped by DeRushy. DeRushy trying to leave it. Schneider flips it around the boards. McCracken just backhands it out to center ice. It comes to Chase, dumps it, doesn't get it in. McCracken whacks at it. It comes to Dubray. Dubray dumps it in Massena zone. Schneider. Here comes Schneider with it. He flips from the red line back inside Plattsburgh territory. Dandro stops it and leaves it for Chase. Oh, McCracken just threw a check there, and the puck comes free to Dubray. Dubray, long headman pass, knocked down. Schneider picking it up from Adams. Back to Adams. Adams starts out left side. Long headman pass. He's got Morris breaking through. Here's Jake in behind the net. Poked away by Dubray. Now Bigelow steps in there. Tommy Moore's out there. Centering pass right in front of the net. Morris racing for it. It's flipped up into the boards and bouncing around by Skoski. Skoski gets a Tremblay, and Tremblay just flips to the Massena line. He wants off, and it comes to Levac. Levac circles back. Headman goes to Bigelow. Here comes Jeffrey with a puck. Slides it through, has it rubbed away, goes after it, gets knocked down. I think he was looking for a penalty there. Puck to the blue line. Levac can't keep it in. Comes out to center ice. Here's Levac now backtracking to his own blue line. Flips it to the Massena line. Comes back in the zone. Bounced back out again. Bouncing around in the zone. Back out. Back in again. And it comes to Thompson. Thompson, side of his own net now, has it poked away. Gets it back again. Flips it around the boards for Bigelow. Jeffrey starts it out. We got Whitcup playing a wing now. They're in the middle of a line change, I guess. Whitcup flips it in the corner, in behind the net. Bruce Dingman picks it up for the Hornets, trying to flip it out of the zone, and back out to center ice it comes. To the Massena line, Davis sees it, finally, and flips it back out again. Back into the Plattsburgh zone, racing back for it is Dingman. Takes a whack at it, doesn't get it out. Comes to the blue line, Whitcup keeps it in, flips it in behind the net. Now over on the other corner. Eddie Davis after it. He can't control it. It comes to Cashman, who just slides it out to center ice. Jason Labarge, bounce pass, ahead to Davis, takes it across, flips it in the corner again. in behind the net. Whitcup, throws a check, falls down, trying to get back up. He can't. Faucher's in there. He gets a check, but flips it ahead. Here's Eddie Davis circling in the corner, backpacks it, back to Adams. Adams flips it over to LaBarge. LaBarge winds, a quick wrist shot goes in behind. Whitcup after it. He can't control. Picked up by Mike Dahl around the boards. Davis trying to check him. Puck comes back to center ice, and it's out to Cashman. He's knocked down by Whitcup. Following up on the play is Eric Reed. He slides it from center ice. DeRushy gloves it. Plattsburgh wants a change. Here comes Mike Adams with it. Long headman meant for Faucher. Tipped by Dubray. Goes back into the Plattsburgh zone. Faucher legging for it. Dubray gets there first. Moves it around the boards. Here comes Dubray. We got a delay penalty on Massena, and they touch the puck. And what was the call?
It's going to call slashing.
Slashing,
I'm sure,
okay.
to Joey Faucher, I think.
Yep, that's who it is. Slashing the call on Faucher. Plattsburgh will go on the power play.
I'll tell you, both Joey White and I both concur on Jason LaBarge. He's playing a real strong game out there for Massena tonight. He's playing one of his better games there. He's taking charge. He's been one of the mainstays on this Raider defense tonight. He's got that puck up out of trouble when they needed it. He's lugged it when it has to be carried out, and he's passed it when it has to be passed down.
Here's Thompson off the faceoff all the way around the boards. McCracken helps it and back into the Plattsburgh zone. Dubray. They've got their first line out there. Brown, Tremblay, and Skoski. Here comes Brown into Massena. No, he didn't make it in as it was stolen away by Tracy. He flips and is picked up by Joel Chase at the Plattsburgh blue line. Chase to Dubray. Dubray dumps it into the Massena zone. Around the boards it goes, back to the blue line. Kept in. Here's Tremblay at the blue line, trying to slide it through. Dubray winds up the shot, deflected wide. Into the corner it goes. Tremblay picks it up. Here's Tremblay with it. Dumps it in behind for Skoski. Back to Tremblay. High slot. His drive. Knocked down in front. No, they score! As it got through DeRushy somehow, and it's 2-2. A power play goal by Plattsburgh.
Number 3, Dale Tremblay, from just the top of the circle, probably 35 feet out, and he drilled a low shot. Brewster Rushy made the initial save, and it just trickled behind him and rolled across the goal line. And that's the next goal. It put the Hornets 2-2. That's going to be a power play goal. Dale Tremblay will get it. We'll find out who will pick up the assist, but he drilled a low shot through traffic from just the top of the circle. And Brewster Rushy made the initial save, but there was enough on it to carry across the line.
Off the face-off, Jason LaBarge flipping it ahead. We got Danny McDonald playing a wing now on this Morris line. And I guess Tommy Moore is hurting. LaBarge flips it in behind the net now. Goes in behind. Picked up there by Dubray. Dubray, the big defenseman, gets it to the blue line out to center ice. Now the puck stolen away. Bigelow has it for a moment. Whacks at it. Back out to center ice. Schneider's headman right on the stick of McDonald. Takes it across. Gets ridden off the puck. Picked up by Skoski. Now it's stolen away. Morris to McDonald. McDonald to Morris right in front. Goes into the corner as Morris couldn't. Now he picks up the puck. Sharp angle shot right across the goal mouth. Back to the point. Dale Tremblay. Tremblay gets by a check. We got a 3-on-2. Into the zone. Here comes Tremblay. Sliding it right in front. Knocked down. Tremblay after it. But Jason LaBarge takes it away. We have a whistle. And we got another call on Massena.
He's going to call Jeff Bigelow for hooking. Ooh, that one was, I have to question Denny Allen on that one. Ooh. I was going to compliment Jeff Bigelow for coming back hard, getting back into the play to take away the 3-on-2 situation, even up 3-on-3. And the Hornets right back on the power play. They just came off a power play goal. Number 3, Dale Tremblay from Rob Skoski at the 3:58 mark. Tie this game up. Now right back on a power play. 10-11 of the third period.
On the Corky's Collision scoreboard, it's 2-2 as McCracken flips it up into the Massena bench and will face it off again in the Massena zone. Our broadcast brought to you by, let's see here, Pub and Pantry Restaurant located on Route 37 just east of Massena, by the Seacom Federal Credit Union, 30 Stern Street, Massena Building Supplies, 70 Water Street, and by M&W Mini Storage, Route 37 in Massena.
Old man Mo is shifted to the Hornet side of the ledger, Jerry.
Off the faceoff, puck in the corner. Adams whacks at it, doesn't get it out. Puck bounced into the high slot, into the corner. They move it around, back to the point. Here's the drive, knocked down. Tracy flips it back out to center ice. Now after it is Dubray at his own blue line. Dubray moving it ahead now. Feeds it over. Eric Reed back to Dubray. His shot from center. Well, he's going to flip it in the zone. Offsides will be called against Plattsburgh.
Eric Reed kind of or I should say Mike Dubray kind of nonchalanted that one and wound up like he was at a stroll out at the fair, and his wings were busting across that line. You can't nonchalant that, especially when you're on a power play.
Face off just outside Massena territory. Brian Cashman will be out there now, along with Sean Rasco and Mike Dahl. For Massena, we've got Morris, Thompson, McCracken, and Adams. Morris pokes at it off the face-off, comes to the Plattsburgh blue line. Here comes Dubray now, flipping it in the Massena zone. Around the boards it goes. Adams can't get to it. Now he pokes at it. He jams for it along the boards with Mike Dahl. Puck kicks free. Adams finds the hole and dumps it down the ice. In fact, it goes right on Dandro. Dandro flips it ahead now to Dubray. Dubray's headman goes to the Massena line. Adams is there. Spins around, puts it outside again. Dump back in the zone. Adams with it in the corner, looking for the hole, flips it around the boards, and he finds it to McCracken, and McCracken couldn't quite handle it. Otherwise, he would have been away. Now the puck flipped to the Massena line. Adams steps in front of it, knocks it down. Poked free. Now McCracken whacks at it. Here comes McCracken. He overskated. Now the Plattsburgh player overskates McCracken, and he drops it back to Adams. 10 seconds left in the power play. Here's Adams with it, dumping it into the Plattsburgh zone as Massena makes a change here. And they're going to get the Jake Morris back out there. And it comes to Pat Tracy. He missed it. And here comes Plattsburgh across the blue line into the zone. Adams loses it. It comes inside of the net. Sharp angle right in front of the shot. They jam at it. Controlled by Massena. Bigelow breaks out of the zone. Here comes Bigelow. Freezes by one. Freezes by two. Gets by another one. Finds it. Bigelow backhander. Shot. Save. Score! Jake Morris!
Listen to that crowd. I'll tell you, Jake Morris got the goal, but Jeff Bigelow is going to pick up the assist, maybe two of them. He busted out of the pack down in his own end. There was a skirmish in front of Bruce DeRushy, and the Hornets were banging all out of the pack. Came Jeff Bigelow, and he went by one, he went by two, he went by three, got spun around 360 degrees, got off a backhander. Rob Dandro made a great save, and Jake Morris right off the crease batting home the rebound. What a goal.
3-2 Massena. Let's see if Big Mo moves over to the red and white side now. Here comes Massena in their own zone. Little problem with it, but it comes to Bigelow, and Bigelow breaks out. Feeding it ahead for McDonald, goes by everybody back in the Plattsburgh zone. Bruce Dingman back for it. He's got McDonald, but he flips it to Skoski. Back to the point. Jason Labarge steps in front. His shot goes wide. Into the corner now. Danny McDonald flips it back to Adams at the point. He shovels it right on the rebound. Back to Labarge. He drives it, and he misfired on it. And Plattsburgh breaks back the other way. Here comes their big guy Tremblay into the Massena zone. Tremblay trying to center it, but it's knocked down by Adams. Makes a good play, and Massena breaks it back out. Whitcup, he gets knocked out. Fauché whacks at it. He's still got it. Goes after it. In the zone, Whitcup keeps it in nicely. He loses it. Does he get it back out? No, he can't keep it in. Whitcup drops it back to Adams at the Massena line. Over to Jason Labarge. Labarge starts it. Slides it through. He loses it. And back the other way comes Plattsburgh. Skoski, his drive, way wide. Bouncing puck picked up by Whitcup. He circles it in behind the Massena net. Flips it around for Jason Labarge ahead to Eddie Davis. Davis starts out on the wing. Here's Davis flipping it on the stick of Fauché. Joey goes for Whitcup. Puck goes in the corner as Massena wants a change. Whitcup, he gets knocked down in behind the net, and the puck underneath him, he gets back up again, but Skoski's got it. Long headman pass on the wing, and once again, it's Tremblay across the blue line in the Massena zone, slides it right on. DeRushy makes the save and leaves it in the corner for Labarge. Here's Labarge breaking out of the zone. He gets hauled down. Massena will have a power play, as I think Tremblay is going to get called for tripping up Jason Labarge, and the Raiders go on the power play with 6:44 left in the third period on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Raiders lead it 3-2.
That was one of those, excuse me, I didn't mean it type of penalties, but it was a tripping penalty. Dale Tremblay was forechecking, and Jason Labarge put a little deke on him and went left and came back right, and Dale Tremblay stuck the stick between the legs. Big goal by the Raiders. I wish we could play that back for the fans to see the determination and the effort and the perseverance that Jeff Bigelow. He came out of the pack of a big pile of players down, raced 185 feet, went through one, danced by two, around three, who actually spun him around 360 degrees, got the shot off. Jake Morris with the rebound.
Off the face-off. The puck controlled by Plattsburgh. They dump it in the Massena zone. Comes in behind the net. Stopped by DeRushy. And picked up by Adams. Massena on the power play here. Would dearly love to pick up a power play goal. Flipping it ahead. Here comes Tracy in the zone now. Poked away from him. Comes back in the corner. The Hornets pick it up. Do they get it out? No. Thompson. Oh, he didn't keep it in. And the crowd giving Mike St. Louis a raspberry on that one.
Raiders have got to get this line going. That line of Pat Tracy, Scott Murphy, and Scott McCracken if they're going to advance very far in the state playoffs. This line has just got to get in gear. Just not quite clicking, and maybe things to come. I noticed Scotty McCracken, as he went off the last shift, he gave number 7 Mike Dahl a little love tap. So
off the faceoff, it comes to Thompson. Over to Adams. He rails it inside Plattsburgh territory. McCracken is in there in the corner trying to flip it by. Comes back to the point. Thompson fakes the shot, goes over to Adams. He drives it, deflected, knocked down in front, comes right back to Adams. Goes to Thompson off the boards. He one-times it right on. Nice kick save made by Dandro. Back to Adams. He waits for the guy to step down in front of him. Feeds Tracy. Shot right across the goal mouth. Oh, boy. And Plattsburgh clears it. And it comes all the way back in the Massena zone with 30 seconds left in the power play. Here comes Mike Adams with it. Out to center ice. Adams takes it and flips it inside the territory of Plattsburgh. Thompson pinches in, flips it in behind the net. He goes to Fauché. Fauché can't quite control it. Control now Morris back to the point. Adams flips to Thompson. Thompson's drive knocked down in front. It comes right back to him. Here's Thompson again, flipping it in behind the net for Fauché. Fauché back to Thompson. Thompson goes to Adams. Adams flips it in the corner. Nobody there for Massena. Picked up by Plattsburgh. And they're going to try to move it right in front of their own net, but they stick handle it out to center ice. They're trying to go to Trombley as the penalty is up. He gets by the Massena defenseman in behind the net, centers it right on, and DeRushy gloves it and holds on for the faceoff with 5:01 left in the third period. And on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, Massena leads 3-2.
Number 3, Dale Trombley, really a legitimate hockey player. He's the ace for this Plattsburgh squad. Mike Adams, assistant captain Mike Adams on that power play. Faked the Plattsburgh player, came out to force him at the point, off his feet, fakes the shot, went around. Instead of a 5-on-4, the Raiders were 5-on-3, made the diagonal pass down to Pat Tracy just at the top of the circle. And he
off
just
the faceoff, quick shot, Say made the rebound. Back to the point, here's the drive, they score! And it's tied, and that's going to be from Eric Reed.
The importance of face-offs, Jerry. We talk so many times, and the Raiders don't. Jake Morris doesn't lose too many. He lost that one, and the puck came back to the point after being batted around. Back to big number 19, Eric Reed, and he unleashed a rising shot from just about 10 feet inside the blue line, and it was a real smoker and caught the top right-hand corner up above Bruce DeRushy's right shoulder. We got 4:56 left in this hockey game, 3-3.
Brian Cashman against Jake Morris now. We're all tied at 3. Off the faceoff, bouncing puck comes to the Massena line. Flipped ahead and up into the stands by Brian LeBac.
Raiders got the big one right back, but this is a mark of a good team. Plattsburgh coming right back to tie this game. We're looking at overtime, Jerry. 4:51 left.
They gave that to Dingman. Dingman didn't shoot that puck.
No, he didn't.
That was Eric Reed.
Eric Reed shot it, and I don't think Dingman was parked in front. It didn't touch anything.
Okay, here comes Bigelow, taking it across. He's ridden into the boards, and it comes back out to center ice. Schneider flips it to an open wing. The layoff sides on Massena. They clear the zone. Plattsburgh controls it anyway. Here come the Hornets into the Massena zone. In behind the net, DeRushy stops it. We have a whistle. We're going to have an icing call, I guess. Yep.
Intentional. I think they're going to get a change on that one. They'll see a change. We've got another Danny McDonald's in. He's experienced some difficulty. He's been playing with a sore shoulder, sore elbow, and he's in all kinds of pain behind the Raider bench. assistant coach Tim Long is tending to him, but he's filling in for Tommy Moore, who was out with the bad leg, and Danny is not operating on 100%. He's a tough kid.
3-3 tie. 4:30 left in the third period. Face off Plattsburgh zone left side. Off the draw, goes back down in the Massena zone. Tracy won the draw, but Snyder wasn't there, or wasn't in the exact spot anyway. The puck comes around to Murphy. Murphy loses in front, and it's poked back to the blue line. Here's a drive from the point. DeRushy makes the save. Whoa, and the puck goes to Murphy. Headman to Tracy. Tracy feeds McCracken. McCracken breaks it into the Plattsburgh zone. Poked away, has to come back out. Feeds Snyder. Snyder flips it back in Plattsburgh territory. In behind the net, it's Mike Dubray. He gets ridden out of the play. Puck comes to Dale Tremblay. Tremblay flipping around the boards. Doesn't get it out. Gets to Skoski, though. Pinching in is McCracken, throwing a check. Puck comes free. He steals it. Here's McCracken. Shot right on the rebound, right in front. Poke checked along the glass. Skoski doesn't get it out again. Schneider keeps it in. Drop pass goes back to McCracken, but it's out to center ice. He waits, dumps it back to lay off sides as Massena is going to make a penalty change, or a defensive change here. And Thompson picks it up at the blue line, flips it ahead for Big Murphy. Back to McCracken. McCracken, Thompson. Thompson can't get the shot off right in front of the net. Bouncing puck back out, and it comes to Mike Dahl. Dahl loses to McCracken at the red line. He flips it. It's going to go right on, and the save is made by Dandro. Plattsburgh looks to dump it. They ice it down the ice. And there's the whistle, and the faceoff will come back in Plattsburgh territory. 3:07 left in the third period. We're all tied at 3.
Plattsburgh needing a whistle, took the icing to get reorganized. Both teams seem to be throwing caution to the wind with 3:07 left, 3-3 tie here in the third period. The Raiders that time 4 men down inside the top of the circle, so both clubs going for the win, Jerry.
Off the faceoff, Morris gets a piece of it, goes after it. Here's Jake after it, gets tied up. Back to the blue line, Tommy Moore. Moore's back out there, and he flips it in the corner for Bigelow. Bigelow after it, trying to come up with it. Bigelow jamming. Oh, he gets railed, and the puck comes free to Morris. He just got a hand right in the face. Jake at the 45, flips it in behind the net for Bigelow again. Here comes Jeffrey, centering pass, knocked down in front, gets it back again. Here's Jeff Slott, his shot hits the side of the net. Tommy Moore after it. Moore flipping it in behind for Bigelow. Here comes Bigelow in the corner, back to the point. Thompson flips it back for Bigelow. Goes in behind Tommy Moore. Tommy for Bigelow. Bigelow to Moore again, side of the net. Here comes Tommy circling. Back behind for Morris on the other side, a little bit too far to the blue line. Poked around, and Plattsburgh almost gets a break, but Thompson's back. Now Moore takes a whack at it. He can't control. Cashman flips it ahead, and into the Massena zone it comes. Here's Adams with it. Looks. Headman for Bigelow knocked down, poked away, and Tracy's out there. 2 minutes left in the third period. We're tied at 3. Here comes Mike Adams. Headman for Thompson, breaks it across, flips it. Here comes Big Murphy. He overskated it, and the puck back out to center ice. Goes by Thompson. They try to break a man in, and Thompson, just got back the last second. Headman pass, gets just out. Here comes McCracken, breaking through for Tracy. Tracy upended, McCracken follows. Here's McCracken in the corner. After it, gets tied up. Puck bounces free. Along the boards, it's poked out to center ice. Into the Massena zone, 1.5 minutes left to play in the third period. Now Massena controls. Long headman pass goes down the ice. That'll be an icing call against the Raiders. And with 1:19 left in the third period, we're tied at 3. The faceoff will move back in the Massena zone.
Both clubs dodging the bullet, Jerry. You know, with 2 or 3 minutes left in a tie ball game in the third period, neither one playing really solid defensive hockey right now. Both clubs almost got caught on a breakaway with the defensemen both pinching up inside. All caution to the wind. They're going for the win, I guess. But sometimes you get caught up in that, and I'm sure the coaching staff kind of shudders when they see that happen. Come on now, gang. With a couple minutes left in the ball game, we can't be taking a lot of chances. You got to wait for the breaks now.
Off the faceoff, controlled by Massena. Schneider trying to flip it ahead, gets it to Murphy. Murphy looks for McCracken, too far. That'll be another icing call against Massena.
See, that's that set play, Jerry, that we've alluded to on several occasions. Not only they did it, worked it well against Ogdensburg when they caught the defense flat-footed, and they're working it well against Plattsburgh. That play, even if it works once every 10 games, it's still successful, and they've almost caught Plattsburgh 2 or 3 times here tonight. With a good pass that time, they froze the defense. He was in behind them.
Face-off again. We'll be back in the Massena zone. And let's see here. Eric Brown will take the draw against Pat Tracy. 1:10 left, third period, tied. Off the face, we have whistles. And a little pushing and shoving. I don't think anything will come of it, though. Somebody must have moved before the face-off or something.
Pat Tracy won it clean, got it back to Brett Schneider, and
the whistle blew.
The whistle blew.
And I don't know why. Okay, we'll draw again. Off the face again, same exact thing to Schneider. Schneider feeds it right in front. Here's the shot, knocked down. Oh boy, the puck comes free into the corner. Gave it right away to Tremblay. I can't believe that. Puck back in behind the net. Here's Tremblay again trying to center. It hits the side. Tracy, he starts it out of there. Here comes Tracy with 50 seconds. Head to McCracken. McCracken takes it across and gets ridden into the boards. Tracy picking it up. Here's Tracy centering to McCracken. McCracken tied up side of the net. It goes into the corner. After it there is Brown. Murphy steals it, flips it in behind the net. 30 seconds. Around the boards it comes. Pinched in is John. He can't keep it in. And the puck poked away by Tracy into the Massena zone. Schneider ahead. Murphy. Here comes Big Murphy with it. 1-on-4. He builds up ahead of steam. Gets by. Gets knocked down. But McCracken follows. McCracken in the corner now. Tied up. 15 seconds left. The puck bounces free again. Murphy forechecking. He comes back out to the blue line. Racing in with 9 seconds left. Does Adams get there? He does. Flips it away. The puck comes to Thompson, who throws a check in the corner. 2 seconds, 1. We're going to have some overtime here at the Massena Arena.
I'll tell you, number 22, Jason Labarge, could have saved the bacon for the Raiders on that last play with 50 seconds. The Raiders won the draw, flipped it back. I believe it was Brett Schneider. They tried that lofting pass again, fanned on it. It went right to the Plattsburgh player about 20 feet out in front. It was the Dale Tremblay, 20 feet out in front of Bruce DeRushy, wide open. He unleashed a wicked slap shot out of nowhere. Jason Labarge came across and blocked it with his body. A great, great play by Jason Labarge.
And it's never easy, I'll tell you.
It certainly isn't. The fans are getting their money's worth tonight.
We're going to have a bit of a break here before we get to the overtime. About, 3 minutes or so, I think they take between third period and the overtime.
Say it would be a 3-minute break. Jim DeAndro, I'm looking at going to the locker room with one of the Raiders managers with a stick and glove. I didn't see any player go across with him. I know Danny McDonald is hurting. Tommy Moore came out when Danny McDonald got hurt. Tommy Moore finished up on that Jake Morris line that last shift, but he's not operating under 100%.
Well, they got 7.5 up there. Of course, this being a sectional game, we got to have a winner. It can't be a tie.
That's right. This one will go on until there is a winner. Used to call it sudden death, but now they refer to it as sudden victory. And you'll only hope that it's a good goal. It's not it's not a bad goal like in that game, the Salmon River St. Lawrence Central game the other night in overtime. That ended in overtime, and it was a beautiful goal. It wasn't a fluke. And this is whoever scores out here, that you hope it's a good goal. Well, we kind of suspected that the Raiders would have their hands full tonight, Jerry, the way this Plattsburgh Hornet team played the last time they're in here, and they're on a roll. Last 10 games, they've only had a loss and a tie. They're 8-1-1, and they've had a lot of confidence, and they got what you need in a playoff game when you're a little bit of an underdog, or even when you're favored. They got the big goaltending from Rod Dandro. And
yes, Paul. Okay, off the face-off, puck into the Massena zone, and back out again by Tommy Moore. Poked away, comes to Thompson. Thompson headman to Bigelow, trying to flip it ahead to Morris, back out to center ice. Tommy Moore leaves it for the defense, and Adams has it taken away and flipped into the Massena zone. We're in overtime. Thompson rubbed into the boards. The puck along and picked up by Jake Morris. It's still free and kicks free to Bigelow, and Bigelow starts it out. Here's Bigelow, gets it knocked down, but flips it over to Adams. Headman to Jake Morris. Morris breaking into the zone, takes it across, has it poked away, actually hit Bigelow's skate, and it comes back to Mike Adams at the Massena line. Feeds it ahead for Bigelow. Bigelow takes it in. Poked away from him, goes after it. It comes free to Bigelow, offsides. It never went in the zone, though.
Jeff Bigelow agrees with you, but again, Denny Allen and Mike St. Louis are making the call, Jerry, and they're going to have the final say. But you hope in overtime that you tell your club now you don't take that chance. Play good, solid defensive hockey in your own end. Again,
wait for the break.
Wait for the break, and if you're under pressure in your own end, just dump it. And if you're in doubt, shoot the puck, direct it towards the net in the offensive end.
Off the faceoff, Labarge flips in the Plattsburgh zone, dump back to the Massena line. Brett Schneider is there, feeds it to Labarge. Jason, headman pass for Murphy, goes by him, but he skates in, picks it up, has it poked away, back out to center ice. Tracy drops it, it comes to Labarge, waits for Massena to get on side, flips it in the zone. Picked up by Dingman, long headman pass to the Massena line. Back there is Schneider. Schneider lugs it around the blue line, moving it out. Here comes Tracy. Tracy slides it from McCracken across the blue. His shot just missed high. Puck in the corner now. Murphy to Tracy. Tracy trying to whack at it, taken away from him by Dingman. Back to the blue line, out to center ice. Jason Labarge waits, flips it, Plattsburgh zone. Dingman gets it back out on the wing to Sean Rasko. Here's Rasko, slides it right on. DeRushy makes the save and leaves it for Labarge. Labarge now starts to move it ahead, flips it on the wing for McCracken. McCracken just bounces it out to center ice. Dubray dumps to an open wing, comes to Schneider. Schneider flips ahead for Murphy, back out of the zone. Murphy, now Morris is out there, and he comes up with a puck. Flips it to Labarge. Jason starts back. Jason, headman, knocked down in front. Here comes Tremblay across the blue line. Tremblay's the shot, and well, I don't know if it was on or not, but Labarge throws a check, and McCracken picks up the puck, lifts it around the glass to Tommy Moore. Moore's headman gets to center ice. Here comes Morris, racing for it. Morris, but getting there first is Joel Chase. Morris takes it away in the corner. Flips it into the corner. Chase loses to Morris. Morris whacks at it. Tommy Moore right in front. Dandro covers it up. Big chance for Massena right there, and Dandro jumped on top of it, made the save. Well, actually, it wasn't a save, it wasn't a shot, but the puck was sitting in the slot, and Bigelow was there.
Tommy Moore dug it out of the corner and had Jeff Bigelow all alone out in front. He couldn't quite get it to him. He tried to thread it through, and it just trickled off the Plattsburgh defenseman, and Rob Dandrew covered up. Jeff Bigelow was all alone out in front. The crowd's really into it now, Jerry.
Boy, I guess so. Off the faceoff, Bigelow after it in the corner, trying to come up with it, comes back to the point. Thompson whacks at it, bouncing free. Bigelow in the corner again. Bigelow looking to center, knocked off his stick. Here comes Tremblay, circles back. Bigelow checks him. Tremblay follows up. Here's Tremblay, bounce pass. Adams the drive from the point. Save made. Rebound comes to Moore. Centers it right in front, gets it back. Trying to go to Jake Morris, knocked down. Tommy Moore again, centering it. Knocked down by the defense. Joel Chase. Bigelow's on him. They both go down. The puck comes to Bigelow. Bigelow trying to center it, but it's stolen in front by Eric Brown. Now Tommy Moore takes it away from him. Here's Moore, hits the back of the net with a centering pass. It comes to Dubray, and it's out to center ice. Sliding in the Massena zone, and Mike Adams has to come back for it. Here's Adams with it. Starts out left side. Headman pass goes to Bigelow. Bigelow flips it ahead. Now Timmy Thompson. Here's Thompson across the blue line. Thompson looks to center it. Pat Tracy. Tracy in the corner now. Now Thompson. They fight along the boards. Tracy has it taken away, and it's back out to center ice. Not quite. Now it's still not out. Goes off Skoski's leg. Back in the Plattsburgh zone. Now he flips it out. Following through is McCracken. He has to wait for Tracy. Takes it along the blue line. Flips it across. Now poked away. Gets it back again. But it's out to center ice by Eric Reed. Reed flips into the Massena zone. Comes in behind the net. DeRushy stops it. Leaves it for Thompson. Here's Thompson's headman knocked down in front. Here's the drive. And did that hit the goal post, or did DeRushy get a piece of it? Kind of a nonchalant pass. DeRushy, big save. Along the glass, McCracken takes a whack at it, doesn't get it out again. Here's a chance in the backhander, knocked down into the corner. Here's a backhander right in front. It's controlled by McCracken. McCracken doesn't get it out, kept in by Plattsburgh. Here's a backhander, goes in behind the net. Thompson whacks at it. Puck comes free in the corner. McCracken throws a check. Back to the point. Here's the drive, and it goes way wide. Around the boards in the corner. Back there is Levac. and Levac picks it up, flips it around the boards for Murphy. Scotty Murphy doesn't get it out, bounces free in front. Here's a chance, the backhander knocked down, goes into the corner. Back to the point, dumped to an open wing, still in the Massena zone, and finally Murphy comes back, backhands it to Tracy. Tracy bounces it out to center ice. There's Tracy's headman, knocked down again, back into the Massena zone. Both teams have had some good chances here in the overtime. Here comes Brian Levac. Bounce pass to Bigelow, goes off his stick, down into the Plattsburgh zone. Bigelow racing in after it, flipped around the boards, comes to Tremblay. Tremblay has it stolen by Morris, but it slides out. Morris in turn loses to Tremblay. Tremblay across, into the middle, does the shift. Here's Tremblay, the drive, deflected high in the air and goes up into the wall. And we'll have a face-off high in the Massena zone. We're down at 2:05 in sudden death. This one boy, he'll go either way.
The Raiders got caught out there in their defensive end. They were tired. They couldn't get a line change, Jerry, and the Hornets kept hammering away. Bruce DeRushy made a couple of fine saves in there. Brian Levac made a Jason LaBarge type save, smothering a hard shot. Everyone, up on their toes. The fans are right on the edge of their seat. Very exciting.
Off the face-off, Schneider flips to LaBarge. LaBarge headman to Bigelow on the wing. Bigelow has it taken away by Dubray, comes back to Jake Morris. Morris, headman to Tommy Moore, knocked down. And here comes Reed into the Massena zone. In behind the net, in the corner. Skowski after it, loses to Bigelow. Here comes Jeff with it. Headman on the stick of Morris. Jake didn't see it. That'll be an icing call on Massena. And we'll move it back in the Massena zone. Salmon coach Bill Plant says nicer to be up here in the press box in a game like this.
It's a lot. I agree with him. I'll tell you, number 9 out there, Tommy Moore. We know he's a tough youngster, but he's out there. He knows the team needs him, and then that leg of his is bothering him. But Danny McDonald, his replacement, went down with an injury, so he's back filling the void. He's a tough, gutsy youngster.
1:40 left in the first overtime.
Basically skating on one leg out there, Jerry.
Okay, we've got Cashman's line out now. Cashman with Rasko and Dahl. No, wait a minute. We got Kennedy playing the wing. And Massena stays with a Jake Morris line. The drop of the puck controlled by the Raiders. It comes to LaBarge. LaBarge's headman gets to center ice. Right there, the bouncing puck goes, I think it went up into the, yeah, it did go up into the penalty box. So they'll face it off outside the Massena zone.
The officials getting assist from Al St. Pierre. Al's pointing out what the puck hit in the penalty box. As long as it didn't hit his camera, that's all he's concerned about.
Okay, Tommy Moore's going to come off, and Joey Fauché is going to come out and play that wing. So Tommy's hurting. Off the face-off, puck back to the blue line of Plattsburgh. They bang it into the Massena zone. Schneider, ahead Fauché knocked down, comes to Bigelow. Bigelow's headman, Jake Morris. Here comes Morris, and he has it poked away. Back to center ice. Bigelow whacks at it. Massena gets onside. It comes to Dubray in behind the net. Dubray's pass stolen by Morris. Skates in front. The shot. Oh, my goodness. Just wide. Big chance for Massena. Puck slides in the Massena zone. Jason LaBarge. Oh, LaBarge flips to Fauché. Goes by him to Dubray. Dubray bounces to the Massena line. Here's an opportunity for Cashman. Cashman in the zone. Slides it through, and Morris picks up the loose puck. Jake, headman of Bigelow, didn't see it. He follows it anyway. Now it comes free out to center ice. Controlled right there by Rasko across. Has it knocked down, gets it back again. Flips it in the corner. Bouncing puck in the slot. Bouncing around. Tracy takes a whack at it. It goes into the corner again. Fauché, bounce pass out to center ice. Puck bouncing around to the Massena line. Here comes Tremblay trying to slide by. Schneider takes him out of the play. Tracy backhands it to McCracken. McCracken steps by check, flips ahead for Tracy. Across the blue line. He's got Murphy with him. Here's Tracy. He loses it, flips it to McCracken. McCracken trying to slide it in the slot. Picked up by Dubray. Dubray bounces ahead. Here's Levac at his own blue line, having a little problem with it. And the puck's still free into the Massena zone. And Murphy takes it away. That is going to take care of the first overtime. So we go to number 2.
I'll tell you, a big giveaway by Plattsburgh's number 4, Mike Dubray, came around his net and threw the puck right out in the slot to Jake Morris. And Jake, from about 25 feet, looked and just missed the far corner. So we finished the first over 7.5-minute overtime, Jerry. Both teams had several good scoring opportunities out there. It certainly wasn't strictly defensive hockey out there. Both both clubs throwing caution to the wind at times and having good opportunities. So we might be here for a while, or we could end it in the first minute. And Coach Bill Plant just smiling down there. As he said, it's a lot easier up here than it is on the bench.
Yes, sir. 5-2, Potsdam leads halfway through the third. Oh, my goodness. Big upset in the making down there. Well, not a big upset, but an upset.
Well, that one does surprise me. Maybe Coach Jerry Patterson's got the Sandstoners back on track. All right, the officials are coming out here to start this second overtime. Mike St. Louis and Denny Allen, shots in the overtime. Just looking at Joey's board here, 3 apiece, and Massena, after 3 periods and 1 overtime, out shooting Plattsburgh 26-25, and that's how close this ball game. The Raiders are going to start with their line of Scotty McCracken, Pat Tracy, and Scotty Murphy, and the Hornets are going to counter with, it looks like, Eric Brown, Dale Trombley, and Rob Skoski. On defense, Timmy Thompson and Brian Levac. And for the Hornets, number 19, Eric Reed, and number 22, looks like Bryce Dingman.
Here we go again. Second overtime.
Fans got their money's worth again tonight, Jerry.
I guess so. Okay, let's play it. Off the face-off, Thompson. Thompson flips it ahead. Tracy in the zone. Ridden into the boards. Gets it free to Murphy. Here's Murphy. Poke checked into the corner. Tracy with it. Whacked away from him. Back comes Plattsburgh. They've got a partial 3-on-2, but now McCracken gets back. Comes into the Massena zone. After it, in the corner, is Levac. Levac has it poked away. It comes to Murphy's side of the net. Did a good job that time on Trombley. Headman goes to McCracken. Here comes Scotty. Poked away. Levac flips it into the Plattsburgh zone. Picked up by Eric Reed. Here comes Reed into the Massena zone. In behind the net. DeRushy stops it. Thompson flips around the boards for McCracken. McCracken now steps by a check, starts it out. Headman pass. Fauché. Tracy, he's got a breakaway. Here comes Pat Tracy. Shot. Save. Big save by Robbie Dandro on the breakaway. Puck back to Levac. He can't keep it in. It comes to Thompson. Thompson goes to Levac. He waits. Flips it in the zone. And it goes up into the stands. Pat Tracy, a clean breakaway.
A clean breakaway, Joey Fauché, a beautiful touch pass. The play came out of the Raiders' defensive zone to Joey Fauché, and he just touched it and redirected it to Pat Tracy, who walked in from outside the blue line. And Rob Dandrew made Pat Tracy make the first move. He held his ground, and Tracy tried to go upstairs on him, and Dandrew just stoned him. Great save by Rob Dandrew.
Jake Morris's line out now for Massena. Off the face-off. Puck comes out to center ice. Schneider after it. Can't quite come up with it, but Mike Adams does. Comes to Dubray at his own blue line. Here's Dubray, and he controls it to center ice. Flips it on the wing. Taking it across. Here's Mike Dahl. His drive knocked down Morris. Morris trying to turn it around. Flips it over to Schneider. Schneider's long head man goes off Adams' stick and into the zone. Trying to break that long man. Oh, Adams throws a check, but Dubray picks up the puck. Has it taken away by Adams. Centering pass, and Fauché just got too well tied up side of the net. Back to the point. Schneider can't keep it in. Takes a whack at it. Has it taken away from him. Puck comes free. Here comes Dahl. Dahl has it stolen, and Bigelow back the other way for Jake Morris. Feeds Mike Adams. Adams across the blue line, knocked down. Dubray flips it. They're going to have a partial break themselves. Here comes Cashman, but Schneider gets back to break up the play. It comes to Jake Morris. Morris across the blue line, into the corner. He's rubbed into the boards. Bigelow steals the puck behind the net, falls down, gets back up, gets a stick on it, but he can't center it. It comes to Cashman, who flips it to center ice. Schneider is there. To Mike Adams. Adams waits for his wings, flips it in the zone. It's controlled by Dubray. Dubray into the Massena zone. Schneider back out again. Here's Reed back into the Massena zone. In behind the net for Mike Adams. Adams skates it. Flips it to Murphy. Stolen away. Here's the shot right in front. They can't get it off. It comes into the corner. Tracy flips it around the boards behind the net. As Trombley almost got free. Tracy's head man. They try to break McCracken back to the Massena line. Mike Adams Flips it ahead for Murphy. Murphy just dumps it to an open wing. In the corner it goes. Tracy legging after it. In behind Dubray, gets hauled down. The puck comes free to Reed. He flips it around the boards and out to center ice. Timmy Thompson is there from Massena. Thompson flipping it ahead for Murphy. Knocked down. Murphy steals it, though. Here comes McCracken across the blue line. Here's McCracken. Gets hauled down. Gets a shot. There's going to be a penalty. Murphy back into the save. They jam at the rebound. And again, Dandro with some big, huge saves. And there's going to be a penalty on Plattsburgh.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you, Jerry, win or lose this game, whatever team, this is what high school athletics is all about. These teams are giving it all they've got, 110% out there, hard hitting, but a clean hockey game. Raiders are going to go on a power play. Number 21,
Eric
Brown did what he had to do. Scotty McCracken was in with Scotty Murphy. They were in basically on a 2-on-1 from about 2-on-0 from 45 feet out, and Scotty was still on the back end trying to get around to the forehand, and Eric Brown took the feet out from under him. The crowd really into it. Raiders on a power play. 4:13 left in the second overtime period.
Plattsburgh takes a timeout.
Plattsburgh taking a timeout. Okay. Coach Don Pomeroy, good timeout, wants to calm his kids down and probably give those frontliners, those 4 or 5 key skill players of his time to get an extra minute to breather out there and say, okay, relax. This game has had everything, Jerry. Really exciting, I'll tell you.
We're in the second overtime. 4:13 left in the second overtime. 3-3 tie. Massena Plattsburgh. Massena goes on the power play as we well, they've had 2 really great chances to win this game and haven't done it yet.
The key question is, how can it get any better than this? How can the championship game, whoever's in the championship game, be any more exciting than this game tonight?
Looks like it's going to be Potsdam against whoever wins this one.
Well, Coach Patterson's felt he should have been the second seed. You and I disagreed with him. Shows you what we know. We felt that Seton overall had played better hockey throughout the year. Potsdam got off to a good start. Jerry maintains a tougher schedule. He should have been seeded second, and I guess he's proven his point, but that one's not over yet. 5-2, the last we heard, right?
Yep, that was about halfway through.
Well, the Sandstunners, there's no question. We tabbed them early in the year when we saw them that they were a team to be reckoned with, but then they ran into some injury problems and gone through some blahs towards the tail end of the season and weren't impressive. All right, here we go.
Off the faceoff, Morris back to Adams at the point. Goes to Thompson. Thompson's drive deflected into the corner off a body. Skoski after it. Bigelow is in there to whack at it as well, and Jake Morris. Puck moving slowly along the boards. Bigelow kicks at it, comes to Morris. He can't control it, and it's flipped out to center ice. In fact, it goes all the way back in the Massena zone. Timmy Thompson picking it up. Massena on the power play here. We're in the second overtime. Here's Thompson. Head man to Adams. Adams dumps it. In the corner it goes. Bigelow loses it, gets it back again, whacks at it. Here's Bigelow, has it taken away. Flipped to the blue line. Thompson pinches in the corner to Jake Morris. To Bigelow, short side, right across the goal mouth. And it goes into the corner. Fauché. Joey back to the point. Thompson's drive knocked down, and they poke it back out. We got a chance for Tremblay. Tremblay and Adams. Tremblay shot, and the save made by DeRushy. He had no chance to get in, but he did have a chance to shoot, and he got a good shot off. 25 seconds in the power play. Here comes Mike Adams. Dumps it from the red line. Puck whistles around the boards. Bigelow lets it go back to the point. Thompson goes to Mike Adams. Adams flips it into the slot. They knock it down there, out to center ice. Thompson again throws a check. Looking. Trying to control it. It kicks free to Mike Adams. Adams with it now. 6 seconds. And Plattsburgh has killed this power play off very well. Massena really not any good chances. Jake Morris flips it in behind the net now. Murphy now to Morris. Morris looking. Gets by a check. Steps by one. Has it poked away. There's McCracken. McCracken looks to center. Goes off a body. And the puck around the boards. And Adams pinches in. Can't keep it in. It slides back to the Massena line. And Brett Schneider is there. Schneider doesn't get it out of the zone. Kept in at the point. Here's the puck in the corner. McCracken makes a sliding block, and the puck kicks free to Mike Adams. Here comes Adams with it. headman to Tracy. Tracy feeds Murphy. Murphy trying to flip it ahead to McCracken. Goes in the corner, McCracken after it. Centering pass, Tracy, shot, score! Pat Tracy! Pull the trigger, Massena goes to the championship! Whoa! Got to give Plattsburgh a lot of credit, though, don't you?
All kinds of credit. I'll tell you, that's a great win for the Raiders. That's a tough loss for Coach Rob Dandrew and the Plattsburgh Hornets. They came to play tonight. Just to recap that winning goal for our fans out there, Jerry. The puck came out of the Raiders zone, passed up to the right side to Scotty Murphy. He was on the right wing. He threw the puck. He saw Scotty McCracken breaking down the left side. He led him with a pass a little too far. Scotty busted into the corner, beat the Plattsburgh defenseman to it, one-timed it out in the slot, and Pat Tracy, Captain Pat Tracy, how ironic, this big goal, the captain gets it, cruising down in the slot from about 25 feet out. He one-timed it, and it went up in the top left-hand corner, just above the outstretched glove of Rob Dandrew. A beautiful goal. It certainly wasn't a chintzy goal. A tough loss, a great victory, but these two clubs have to be awfully proud of each other. I tell you, that was a great game.
So Church gets the goal. Captain Pat Tracy in overtime. McCracken and Murphy setting it up, and that was a super game.
4:58 of the second overtime, Jerry, and we met. We'll take Joey's shots because I feel they're more accurate than the shots from down below, especially tonight. But he had Massena out shooting the Plattsburgh Hornets 30-26. In that second overtime, it was Massena 4 shots to Plattsburgh's 1. But I tell you, this game had everything. It had all the drama that you want, and I don't know how that game Saturday could be any more exciting, even though it's for the championship. But we'll see you, Billy. Okay. Great game, Jerry. Over to you.
Oh, boy, I guess so. Super game, super goal to win it. And again, we talked about hoping that it was a good goal. Massena really dominated in the overtime. They had, 2 clean breakaways, 1-2 on the goalie, and failed to score. They had a power play, didn't do much on it, but coming off the power play, the winning goal was scored. The Raiders go to the Section 10 championship, and you almost have to think that it's better to go this way than by route of a blowout, because this is, I guess you could call this a little bit of a character builder, because they had to play hard to win this one.
And they did what they had to do, and that's typical of this club. We've said it 100 times. They got the job done, and there was a lot of stars out there tonight. Guys are getting the goals, but I like Jason Labarge. I thought he played a super game out there on defense. Tommy Moore, gritty Tommy Moore, he played out there in that last period, several shifts, and in the overtime with the gimpy knee. He knew the team needed him. It would be awful easy to say, well, put someone else out there. But a lot of stars. Let me just run by the scoring, Jerry. Recap the scoring here in the ballgame. The Hornets open it up at the 7:19 mark. Rob Skoski from Dale Trombley and Joel Trace putting Plattsburgh up 1-0. A little over 2 minutes later, the Raiders come back on his 12th goal of the year. Jeff Bigelow from Jake Morris and Tommy Moore. First period ended 1-1. Second period, the 4:26 mark, Massena took the lead. His 13th goal, Jeff Bigelow, second of the night from Jake Morris. And that's the way it stood after 2. In the third period, I guess it's Trombley, Dale Trombley, picking up a power play goal from Rob Skoski at the 3:58 mark, and that tied it 2-2. And then Massena went ahead at the 6:37 mark of the third period. That line again picking at Jake Morris from Jeff Bigelow. They're trading goals and assists. Morris with the goal and 2 assists, and Bigelow 2 goals and assists at the 6:37 mark. And Plattsburgh never say die. They give the goal to Bryce Dingman, but I still think that's wrong.
It was Eric Reed. Eric Reed shot it from the right point.
No question, Eric Reed shot it from the right point. They just got the numbers mixed up. But anyway, we'll go with the official score, Bryce Dingman, and they give the assist to Mike Boudier and Brian Cashman. Then you described the winner at double overtime.
Well, of course, the puck came into the corner, and just a nice play all the way around, and you know, Pat Tracy was cruising toward the net. Both Massena players, McCracken and Murphy, made the second effort to get a hold of the puck, get it into the corner, and then get it back out front to Pat Tracy. Actually, in that particular instance, Tracy had the easy part, putting it in the net. Quick shot, beat the goalie on the left side, about halfway up, nothing but net. And it was a pretty goal and a good goal for the winner in the second overtime at 4:58.
There should possibly, if we could give 3 assists on that play. It came out of the Raider end with one of the Raider defensemen. I don't know who it was, but he passed it up. He spotted Scotty Murphy on that right side.
Might have been Brett Schneider.
Might have been Brett Schneider. He passed it up to Scotty on that right side. He saw Scott McCracken breaking down. It was basically a 3-on-2 situation at the time. He spotted Scotty breaking down the left side. He fed him the pass. It was a little long, and the puck went up into the corner to Rob Dingman's right. And Scott McCracken, never say die. He beat the both teams were tired. He put on a little extra burst. He beat the Plattsburgh defenseman, and he didn't waste any time. He knew that Pat Tracy would be in the slot. He threw it out in the slot. Tracy one-timed it. He didn't waste any time, and Rob Dandreau had no chance on it. Great game.